get jumped on by Peterbot. That's Jacob who does go down. It's actually Ozzy who gets the elimination. Third one of the game, and they get that legendary slurp juice. It's gonna heal up that shield and HP over time if they need it, which they might because the zone is pulling all the way towards the north. I'm not sure who that second team is just outside of Slurpy Swamp with them. It's gonna be Flakes and Gone. They need to be careful because Peterbot and Ozzy are warming up and getting more and more dangerous as time goes on.
Oh, but Cammy, he's running out of mobility options and he is being chased out. Jacob already looking grim as far as his HP can take him though. And he'll buy a little bit more time here, but Gone and Flakes, they're not looking to let things settle. The rest of the lobby also taking notice of this team that's under duress, and Jacob will be forced to duck underneath that bridge, try to reunite with Cammy. Gone and Flakes gonna tarp their way through. They've got enough hard mats to make it happen, but you don't want to burn all your material too early on.
Yep, it's Flakes and Gone, but let's go ahead and take a listen in for Thomas HD and Somerset and how they're playing through this endgame.
1.5, 55. I think we're just gonna have to be a little aggressive.
Wait, there's a guy at least. There was the guy from before.
Nice, there's a team buff.
I like that. I like that. Everybody knows Thomas HD, probably the IGL from the team, but Somerset just letting her opinion be known. We might have to play a little bit aggressive, giving up that information. And if I'm Thomas HD and my teammate says, look, we got to start getting aggressive to close the gap, I would be with it, especially if I got a Mammoth.
Thomas was just so nonchalant about that elimination too. It's like he had no other expectations but for it to go his way as Alex finds yet another knock, potentially having been stolen away from him though, but no, it is credited. Nate Hill will one more time be added to the tally count here for Alex and Loserfruit. Oceano showing up big right now, and Loserfruit herself, she said it, all I want is to place higher than Locky. And with the way that Alex is firing off on all cylinders right now, he might be able to make it happen.
A power grudge match, and honestly, Alex with those 7 eliminations as that one gets taken away by Cold and possibly Faxity as well. I think this might be the most eliminations we've actually been able to see. I know it's only been 1.5 games so far, but with reboots turned off, that's where the pressure is really going to be felt. Nate Hill, Regs separated a little bit too far for their own liking, especially since they're both going to feel a little bit of that max pull. Regs is going to go down to Thomas HD. One more elimination point for them, and now that leaves Nate Hill by himself.
Cold's bound to have spotted out that body loot though, that Regs just popped off directly underneath their current position. Courage a little bit pressed here for the loadout, but he's at least got 150 in that chug jug. They can still work with this. They would definitely like a refresh because every elimination point, we're gonna need to see some of these teams start going big like other individuals already have.
Yeah, this might be one of them. You see, he does have that exotic SMG. Every time he reloads, he does get that 0-point dash effect a little bit. Doesn't last a long time, but hey, in an endgame this chaotic, it's the little difference makers that really count. As Jacob and Cam are just trying to go ahead and cement their position. They know it's not a far rotation to zone, but how dangerous this lobby is. They blink and things could turn sideways. Instead of going through, Moxie, Cypher going up and over, and Stable, Ronaldo, Kanata are trying to get denied entry.
Everybody just preventing Ronaldo and Kanata from moving even 1 inch closer. They're going to be forced to actually pull back, try and drop as much wall coverage as possible, but it's Peterbot and Aussie that are refusing to let Kanata and Ronaldo get any closer. They want full control of this low ground position, and they've got it. They've made Kanata and Ronaldo use so much of their builds. Ronaldo doesn't really have a whole lot left to work with. They're gonna need to find an elimination for a refresh.
Yep, and this is a good opportunity here. Of course, they want a shockwave to the front, but at least they're able to get a little bit of point of view where their competition is at. As soon as they make their way there, box up, let a lot of the zone start to open up, but 2 of 2 games so far. Queasy and Nick at 30 going for that early high ground, 8 zone. There's still a couple more, so hopefully it works out this time.
But it's the Queasy Classic, get high, don't die. He said Nick was moving earlier while they were doing their warm-ups this morning, and Nick, he knows sole responsibility, just apply pressure to whatever angle that Queasy doesn't have full tabs on. They just want to prevent anybody from moving up with them.
Got to be careful for those shockwaves. Any team down below could shockwave up. Try to hit a little bit
Maybe
of
let's shut
surprise
down the
attack.
circle.
Ozzy went down not too long ago, which leaves Peterbot by himself. And I said the same thing about Cold. It's a different feeling when you're Peterbot as a solo. He doesn't have to play to help Ozzy. He doesn't have to play to help a duo. He can just play as a solo without a worry, but it comes crashing down for Nick at 30 as Gone in Place look up and send them packing.
And Queasy, he doesn't have any mobility. He's going to be forced to actually commit to those lower layers unless he can find a refresh. But the punishment is steep. Peterbot catches Flake completely off guard. Gone now going to be forced to work as a solo from this current zone. And Gone, he's got the high ground. He's trying to stop Thomas in his tracks. But Gone, how much longer can you realistically buy time with this loadout?
Peterbot behind him does have that shockwave. He can make his presence known in the blink of an eye. So Gone has to be careful. A lot of our solos
no,
just trying
not
to be bigger than they
again.
actually are. Clicks is even going for the high ground. Peterbot finds his way in. The legendary slurp juice that he got from Ozzy paying off big.
Anybody else, you wouldn't even bat an eye, but for Peterbot, he's used to working in this kind of operation. The solo scenario is what he can actually pop off in best, but Lacey, Clicks, they're a duo compadre unit. They don't have to worry about anybody else because they're taking advantage, just spraying all these teams to the low ground.
They have the Chug Jug, they have the Slurp down below. Peterbot is trying to hold on to his position, spraying to the backside of the zone. That's Faxity that's feeling a little bit of that pressure as they get shockwave up and off. Clicks, Lacey do not have high ground anymore. In fact, they're going to get sneak off for it. First down going to be cleaned up. Clicks is firing on all cylinders.
And Clicks better because that shockwave sent Lacey in the wrong direction, but it doesn't matter. Clicks, he finds Alex. That's a huge shutdown to Loser Fruit's team. And even with Clicks losing Lacey, he looks like he's got things fully under control in the high ground.
He has to be careful though. He has no real way down in terms of safety. No shockwaves, no crash pads, but he's making sure nobody can look up, so it will not be a worry, especially with the zone floating on over to the side of that mountain. Another solo is going to be Peterbot, and he's running out of his Chug Jug, and he's running out fast.
That zone was looking awfully devious, but the way that it's pulling back over this elevation is actually going to be a huge benefit to Clicks. He's got these pre-existing builds. All he has to do is keep the pressure at an all-time high. Peterbot might be forced to drop here in a moment, though, but who's he going to drop into? Could it be Cooper? Could it be Kanata? No, instead, layer transition back towards that secondary height. Venom sent to the abyss off that shockwave, and Daya, she'll meet her end, though.
Now every single person left alive in this game is a solo in this competition, and Seti's just trying to work his way through. All he has is the bare minimum, the Siphon Match, but if you look up, no, that's not an Angel, that's Clicks, and he has more legendary slurp juices that he knows what to do with. This is a Clicks game.
Kanata, he's reliving the practice moments currently. He doesn't have any heals this time, though, and Seti, don't know if he's in the same kind of position, but look at Clicks, an absolute menace in the high ground, just causing so much mayhem for the two down below. Seti finds Kanata, now it's all up to Clicks. Clicks trying to make sure he just doesn't get chopped out. Seti, he's got a way to make his way towards the high ground. Clicks can't afford a drop. He has to use all of his builds. He still has a couple of slurp juices remaining. He's gonna look for Seti. He wants the finishing
Oh my
shot.
gosh, there's no
He
way.
doesn't need
There's
the
no
heal
way.
up, but he might just look to play it safe anyway.
Siphon Mats are so important. That changes the game completely from the situation we're in. Double slurp juice pop. He sends Seti flying outside of the zone, but back he goes, and back he does it.
Oh
Clicks
my
and
gosh.
Lacey win game number
Oh
2.
my gosh,
They
there's no
said they
way.
were up all night, and it doesn't matter what anybody else might make of it because
Oh
they
my
came
gosh, this is
prepared here
wild.
today. The performance is peaking, Jacob. A victory royale in game 2, and Frankie, even more to
That
say.
is
If there's anything we
insane.
learned from that last game, it's that America's sweetheart never plays it safe. Clicks, the two of you take the high ground. Lacey goes down. What's your reaction?
I might have shockwave Lacey into zone, and I knew that would have been a big sell, but it doesn't matter because I won it, so it's all good.
Is that why he sent you into the zone? Because he wanted to do it as a solo,
Hey,
Lacey?
he sent me into the zone, but I trusted him the whole way. I never had a doubt. He was winning that.
And while he is winning it, are you talking to him or are you like, I gotta stay silent, let him do his thing?
I was just giving him simple comms, mats, refreshes, pop his slurp before he goes down and fights, and letting him play.
And you are loving those shockwaves because we saw that Seti got shockwaved into the zone in those final moments. In a way, it kind of won you the game. Is this your favorite item right now in Reload?
Honestly, my favorite item is the spaz. They need to bring the spaz back.
Well, I know that a lot of people from Epic Games are watching, so they might take on your suggestion. but how satisfying was that solo moment? How did you keep track of everything from the high ground?
Honestly, I just kept on building up and up where shockwaves can't get to that height limit, so you basically have no threat. You just keep on playing your game and spraying.
Now, there's an interesting situation that happened at the start of that game, which was that Peterbot and Aussie Antics, they dropped on our leaders from the first game, Cooper and Zemi. Are you worried they're going to be coming your way?
The thing is, me and Peter got a good alliance going on, so honestly, keep on dropping on Cooper and Zemi.
Excuse me, we want a fair fight. Hopefully we're going to have one. Before we head to the break though, please, Galen Center, show your appreciation for Clicks and Lacey.
What?
We'll be right
What
back.
do you mean that Clicks in the has an alliance? What do you mean, Clicks? Clicks. Oh. Nah, bro. Somebody coming in out real quick, man. Alright, man. Oh, should we go right to Fortnite now? Oh, fuck that, man. Okay, as Fortnite's up now, we're gonna check the leaderboards. Competitive. Alright, let's see it. Let's see it. So, first place. First place, we got Clicks and Lacey. Second place, we got Cooper and Zemi. Third place, stay the same. Fourth, also stay the same. Pierrepot and Ozzy have made it from 7th to 5th. 6th is Courage JD and Cole. They were in 2nd place. No, they were not in 2nd place. They were in 9th place. That's my check. Now they're here. Courage AD. No, never mind. I don't know how you say that, Nick Wolf. I honestly don't know. They're in 7th. 8th is Power Alex and Lufu, which she doesn't have the power in it, so I don't know. 9th is Nick A30 and Queasy. 10th is Vino and Hershey. 11th is Hero. I don't know who that is. Flakes. Somerset. Thomas HG. Exit. Flexi and Rezon. Got that. I don't know you see that. Typical Gamer and Buga. Jacobs and Creamy. 17th, Mongrel and Ali A. 18th is Mr. Savage and Power Maki. 19th is Exit Nate Hill, and it's still 2K. But what is going on in their games? What is going on here? Select profile. Well, I want to see like how are their games going, bro? But what is going on? I feel like something's wrong with this game, bro. Something's wrong. They don't love it. Oh yeah, bro.
Fortnite fam, I must be dreaming. Clicks, Lacey, Victory Royale, game number 2 in the craziest 1v1 I feel like I've seen in so long. Clicks holding height for so much of that end game, and then utilizing those shockwaves to just disrupt SETI, just saying, hey, I know you think you know what up, down, left, right is. Well, this shockwave is about to send shockwaves through your mind.
How did he have so many, right? Throwback to when Frankie was talking to them. He's like, Yeah, Clicks might have shockwaved me into Storm, right? How do you have enough to go ahead and do that to your teammate, launch yourself up like 7 times? As you can see, Clicks is very, very comfortable in this meta. This is why I was talking about the fact that a lot of the reload items, they're callbacks to previous competitions way back years ago. Clicks has been a player that's been playing for a very long time, instantly comfortable with all of the items that are going to be in this competition, which is why, of course, he was like, listen, those purple pumps, please bring them back.
Yeah, Clicks really set our expectations quite high for the rest of the competition.
job.
And, you know, like you were saying, he was doing such a good job on the solo high ground and getting an elimination onto Podesai and then getting an elimination onto Alex. By being a solo player, that's when we typically see these pros kind of tend to take a step back, slow down a little bit. But Clicks was the exact opposite. He just kind of put his foot on the gas pedal there and just kept going. And obviously, it came down to him and Seti in the final 1v1 Vivid. And it got kind of close.
Yeah, it did get kind of close. Seti is like, please stop throwing shockwaves at me. He's like, how do you have so many, right? Like I was mentioning, Clicks just kept going up and up and up. Not to mention, Clicks, when he dropped all the way down to the low ground and initially lost the high ground, he had no mats. He had nothing to work with. For some reason, there's like a pool of loot down there, a little llama for him to go ahead and help him clutch that game up.
I love to see it. I also love to see Lacey running around the arena right now, getting everyone really hyped up. That's what you want to see. If you do go down, and if even your own teammate goes down, you got to keep your mental straight.
I mean, when we saw that moment, we saw Clicks get up, get excited.
Yeah.
We have that listen in. Let's hear from what this game happened and how it all went down.
Keep on looking, keep on looking, keep on looking. I'm spinning you mats, and I'm gonna go down on walls, okay? I'm connecting. Wait, I'm shockwaving, sorry. Don't, no. You shocked me, bro. I know, I said I'm shockwaving. You're good. 100. Dead. I'm going on height again, I'm going on height. 200. Kill 3 on height. I don't make it, 4 shocks. 5 shocks. I have 3 nuts. Let's go! Let's go!
To be fair, Zeke, Clicks did come that he was shockwaving.
You know, we all know how chaotic Fortnite games can get. Technically, he did comment. We'll just let it slide because, you know, he got a victory royale. So at the end of the day, it's all good. And now they're currently holding that #1 spot, 27 points. It is looking so good, but look right behind them, right? Cooper and Zemi, they're still holding strong as well.
Whoa, 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 but right behind them, tied up 24 points there. I see Seti and Daya sneaking into 3rd place right there. You know, I was swore that team was going to be good on paper. But yeah, Cooper and Zemi, again, instantly getting contested towards the top of the leaderboard right there. That just shows how close these Fortnite competitions really are.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it after game #1, that once Peterbot gets eliminated by someone, once he gets down, he wants to go for that 1st place player. He wants to prove himself. And unfortunately, if you're going up against Cooper, it might be a little bit risky. And obviously, Aussie Antics being left alone there definitely spelled a little bit of a disaster. So I don't know if we're necessarily going to be seeing that strat again out of them. But Cooper, Zemi, 2 strong games in a row, Vivid.
Yeah, I mean, super, super strong with them. Like you were mentioning, Kelly, the early contestation over at the Dirty Docks, things already getting spicy over there. Peterbot and Aussie landing over that way. I was like, whoa, 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 what happened? How is Booga taking out Aussie and this and that happening? Everything's going crazy already.
Yeah, you know, and still game 2. Zeke, we have so much more. There might be a possibility that we see Peterbot pull out the teeny strat and just land in a new spot every single game.
I would love that. And the only other thing I want to see out of these games that I've seen too much of is my boy Ali A getting bullied, okay? Leave Ali A alone. Let him play his game for once. But man, Nika Podesai as well, going sicko mode in these games. Reload is just so much fun. I'm loving this like extra layer of just chaos, right? Again, you just never, like as you're swapping perspectives, you never know what a player's gonna have. Sometimes it's a loadout where you're seeing, oh, shotgun, AR. Sometimes you've got shocks. Sometimes you've got some crazy mythic or exotic.
You know, you mentioned layer, and I really like the layer that they're playing here. They're kind of going for the 2nd high ground, and you can see even in those clips right there that they're paying attention to high ground. They're peeking behind. They're going for those chops because they understand that although eliminations are great on the low ground, there's just so many question marks on if a player just pops up behind you and gets an elim. But high ground is a little less contested.
Bro, Peterbot gotta cut that thing, bro.
I want more action. Let's get back up on that battle bus. Taco, Jacob PR, over to you.
Games. We want more games, and I'm honestly keeping my ear to the street. The whole Fortnite community is saying saying this is fun. This is what it's all about, and I can agree.
That leaderboard was looking crazy, though. Seti and Daya, you cannot sleep on their performance so far today. And Jacob, we're about to hit the halfway point. Because game 3 is ready to ride.
Whoa.
This is it, like you're saying, the halfway point, and you saw that leaderboard. And it's not necessarily going the way that I thought. It's not elimination heavy. It's been consistency in the placement and making these top 5s, making these top 3s. So this is what it's really all about. Maybe you could close the gap in the last half of the day, but who knows?
One thing's for sure, though, Faxity and Reason playing that third-party contest, that Dirty Dots, has made it very difficult for Flakes and Gone to find that level of consistency in comparison to Zemi and Cooper. They've just been silently sliding through those end games. We saw their game 1 pop off too, and other teams, they're gonna have to step it up or they'll fall behind.
Yeah, it's really, really important here because this is a good like pacing game, seeing where you're at versus the rest of the pack. It's almost like testing your strategy. Is it working? But Benno just keeping his eyes peeled, sees Lacey land a little short. There goes half of the HP. I don't think Benno's going to go on this great chase. It's a little bit too risky, especially since he doesn't even necessarily know where Clix himself has landed, so he doesn't want to get taken down a little early.
I think if Benno had a shockwave there, he would have gone for it. He would have full sent it, but no mobility means you're gonna have to come to a halt. Alex on the other end, he's got Cypher PK in his sights, and Cypher shockwave to safety just in the nick of time. He'll be able to reunite with Moxie, and she'll play that supportive measure, that backup unit. And that's going to stop Alex in his tracks. He can't continue to press that issue.
You know, watching the Milk Cup, Moxie was trying to make a last game run in that final game of the day. I think they had like 15 plus elimination before they eventually went down and were cut short. But that's the type of confidence I do want to see from these teams. Take control of your own game. Get aggressive when you can, especially if Alex and Loser Fruit are landing on you and trying to take the fight and catch you off guard.
Scenes at Fort Crumpet, though, is just Queasy trying to take advantage of Seti and Naya spotted off on the bridge a little bit further north. And Queasy, he's always got a very familiar strategy, Jacob. Doesn't matter if it's FNCS Major Finals or if it's the Pro-Am. Queasy's going to be looking for height every single time.
And so far about the 8th zone in first 2 games, we have seen them kind of lead the pack in terms of consistently being up there on that high ground. It's just closing it out has been the struggles. Whether it's somebody shock-waving you off of the high ground or you doing it yourself, they need to figure out how to close out those mistakes and kind of minimize how many they're making. This Koyota, Captain Shota, log jam lodging. They're just kind of looting up slowly. There is one player towards their south that they might have to be careful for, but this is a team that is coming in as a little bit of an underdog, so to say. Nobody really expects much from them, even though Coyote is always breaking the mold and showing us new tricks in competitions just like this.
Oh, you can't say nobody, because Captain Shota, if you got a chance to talk to that guy like I did, he was just calling out, we are going to be winning. It's going to take a little bit of a pop-off now to play catch-up, but Alex stopped mid-air by Nate Hill. You want to go for a bloom battle? Nate Hill coming out on top of that exchange. Loser Fruit, all she wants to do now is just wait that full 10 seconds. She's just hoping that Alex is able to actually touch ground, though.
Oh my. I was saying Nate Hill got a good upgrade because he didn't have a shotgun before, but now Regs has the mythic mini gun in reload. That is going to shred if they can keep it towards the end game. Fresh off the respawn, it's Loser Fruit this time around though versus Nate Hill. This is a good amount of loot if they're able to take down Loser Fruit, but I hear the crash pad and there is so much distance being made by Loser Fruit with that heads up play.
But Nate, he's got to be real careful. You don't want to get over ambitious. You don't want to draw too much attention. Alex hiding, waiting to see if he can get an angle and opening any kind of way to find this knock of revenge onto Nate Hill. But Nate immediately causing that elimination take place onto Loser Fruit now means that Alex will be forced to just continue hiding.
He gets a little bit of the zone. It's just unfortunate where Nate Hill and Regs are currently positioned at. He can't really rotate to either the left or that right side. So he literally has to wait until they disengage off that position before he can do anything. Deep into Dirty Dogs, Faxity, Reason, a late entrant not only to a competition like this, but a late contest on this side of the map, and it looks like they're leading the fight. Reason does have the breacher, so he can break through these builds relatively easy, but they're shock waving to try to find safety, and Reason is going in onto Gone. They realize this is a 2v1. It's now or never, but a big shot from Gone is going to slow things down.
And Flakes, he's got to come play a little bit of supportive measure. He knows that Gone just got a huge crack onto Reason's shield, but Faxity, Reason, now split angle approach. Gone gonna crank all the way to the high ground, just crash pad to safety. He does have a chug jug, and with Flakes nearby, Flakes is gonna be the one to actually cut off that line of sight there for Reason and Faxity. But this fight at Dirty Docks, it's inevitable, Jacob, because there's only one way to actually make it towards the edge of zone. Faxity and Reason, we're going to have to approach one of the two other teams landing in that POI, and it just happens to be the Brazilians every time.
Yeah, and it's just now turning unfortunate for both of them instead of just Faxity and Reason. The zone is pulling further and further to the east, so there's so many more teams that they're going to have to find a way to make their way through, including Peterbot and Ozzy, who just got their first elimination.
And onto Booga nonetheless. Peterbot just so dastardly. The moment that he sees anybody, he's so down to just key them immediately. That's brimming with confidence.
I think first place was about 27 points. That was Clicks and Lacey. Second place, only 3 points away. 3 eliminations separating as of now. But you can see that two teams still over here. 1 damage per tick in the zone. There's a lot of chug barrels, a lot that you can go ahead and recuperate the HP, the bandages as well. So it's not too much of a worry that they're staying here, but look at all the resources that they're using. Reason is almost out of those small bullets. You see him just 5 shots left in the shotgun. Luckily, Faxity is there to finish off that elimination and give him the loot he so desperately needs.
That was a great snipe by Faxity, making sure to cut off that escape angle. But at the same time, Jacob, they spent so much time. This was such a steep investment, fighting for so long at Dirty Docks, and they're not exactly better off for it. Loser Fruit gonna add to the count, though. 1 more elimination for Faxity and Reason to take advantage of, but they are still out in no man's land compared to where other teams are already positioning inside of the zone. And with the amount of time spent, they might as well just continue to play exclusively for eliminations.
Yeah, especially since, you know, if you're in full control, you have all the loot, and you hear those players just getting rebooted over and over and over. You know that that solo player is staying by, and you can just continue to farm just like they're doing so far. Cold and Courage rotating through Slurpee Swamp. They have to be careful. Seti and Daya right above them. Mongrel and Ollie A just close to the zone. And there's still one more team as well. All of them have a little bit of priority over them on this rotation for now.
A lot of bodies, though, at Slurpee Swamp, and we all know Peterbot does not like anybody in his territory. Might only be a matter of time before he looks to start clearing out some of those teams and playing a little bit more aggressive, but peeking back in with our Game 2 winners, Lacey and Blix. If they can continue to replicate the level of success they found in the last lobby, Jacob, they might start to run away with this one.
They have that calm, cool, collected demeanor. They have the chemistry. Best friends, some would say. As Ozzy's on the other side, putting pressure down from above. Peterbot's to have a crash land. He's trying to make his way up with that shockwave. Meanwhile, that full duo that they were going up against quickly made their way on out. You said it yourself, Slurpee Swamp, that belongs to one man and one man only, or boy. That would be Peterbot. And he's just really wreaking havoc all around the lobby. And you see, and he's going to pack a punch in his loadout. It's not just the Thunder Shotgun and the Mammoth. He's making sure that he has the SMG as well. That way he can just end a fight in the blink of an eye.
But with the way that Peterbot and Aussie essentially just reclaimed Slurpee Swamp, they forced every single one of those other teams that were trying to take advantage of some of the heals surrounding Slurpee completely away. He's not allowing anybody else to utilize those resources. It's only Peterbot and Aussies to take advantage of. Ronaldo, Kanata, they're one of those teams a little bit stuck on the outskirts of Slurpee, but they got a decent little loot pile next to them.
See, I knew this was the only team with 2 FNCS championships, but with a Chapter 2 Season 1 win, Ronaldo is the only creator with an FNCS champion, hey, that's got to give a little bit of confidence for someone like Ronaldo. I know we were kind of watching him practice in the rooms. His mechanics are there. It's just kind of like the outside factors that change when Fortnite and the meta changes.
But Ron doesn't even need the championship title. Ron would have that confidence regardless of the circumstances surrounding his competitive history. Ali A, though, Zeke was asking for it. Guys, please stop bullying him. And it seems like it's worked out so far. But Mongrel, Ali A, they might be running smack dab into Cammy soon. Gotta keep an open eye out. Clicks has lost Lacey, though, and we are rapidly approaching that no more reboots territory.
This is best case scenario, though, with Lacey going down, because you got a max pull to the south, which means a lot of those teams are already going to start their rotations on over. Just need to figure out how you're going to get the loot. And if Flakes and Gon are going to push up on you, but no, it's actually Clicks the one looking to get aggressive. If he can win this 2v1 fight, that's the loot that they need. And there's a big shot on the Gon. He goes back to back. Flakes is feeling the pain as well. Clicks is not slowing down as he does get the knock. Gon is gone. He is out of here, and now that is Lacey's loot.
And Clicks, he's still looking to chase him out. He wants to get this duo fully eliminated. Flakes barely managing to survive. He's trying to run every which direction. One more shockwave to create some space. Lacey with the tag from overhead. They're crash padding in. They've got Flakes on the run, but he's gonna sit and hide inside of the bush. They don't have any idea where he's actually scurried off to, and they'll be forced to just head right back to the zone.
Flakes did his job. He gave Gon a chance to get rebooted back up, and with him staying alive, there's going to be a second chance as well. But I wish them all the luck in the world, because look how stacked that side of the zone is when the reboots finally turn on. Luckily, there's barrels. There is Slurpy Swamp, so there is going to be some chances. But you got to give credit, all the credit in the world to Clicks, not only making that opportunity possible, getting Lacey back in the game, but getting him loot. Isn't that the creator's job?
But it's just not enough loot, and Clicks, he's gonna pay the ultimate price. They're victims now to the rest of the lobby. Everybody voting into their position, and they're down and out for the count, Jacob. They'll go back to the battle bus for game 4.
That is just
8
placements too short to get any placement points. At least he was able to get some eliminations to keep the points flowing. As Faxi and Reason just getting targeted. Luckily for them, as of now, they're on the front side of the zone, so eventually teams will have to start to rotate their way in. Just how long can they keep a hold of this pressure? And it seems like things have settled for them, so it's about assessing the situation. And you can see they're using everything that they have, every resource. Bandages first, then the chug if needed. And this is how Gon is just getting put in the ringer right now. Another elimination, and it's after 7th zone. He's not coming back this time.
And Gon and Flakes just caught in the crossfire for way too long. First it was Faxity and Reason, but Benno, Reddish, they're looking to keep the ball rolling here. Reddish is gonna have to take a moment, replenish some of those shields that she lost. But with 6 splashes, a couple of big pots, it's gonna be no issue whatsoever. They're definitely looking nice and healthy, but the high ground is what might be up for grabs soon.
Yeah, right now we see Queasy and Nick at 30 on one side, but on the other, Ali A and Mongrel are actually making an attempt for it. Might be a little bit too soon though. 7th zone may wait just a little bit longer, especially with one team getting focused, but they do have it, and they have it secured for now. You see them firing off into the distance. That's Queasy and Nick. They're seeing where the zone pulls, and Mongrel and Ollie A, they get the zone pull. They get high ground priority.
But the for now is the key word here, because the moment that Ali A tries to get a peek overhead, Queasy just immediately pushing him back. They're still looking to play for that height takeover. And Queasy's intentions, this could be an all-out brawl for the high ground in a matter of seconds here. But the whole lobby is on the move, Jacob. They're all trying to control that front side.
Even Alex using the crash pad that wasn't even his. Mongrel, he's been in this situation before, being able to hold on to that high ground. Ali A is doing his job right. Anybody that flies past, he's trying to put down pressure, trying to land some damage, make it easier and easier for the lobby to thin out. But Reddish has just got taken down, leaving Benno by himself. And you can see he only has 3 minis, so he's going to need an elimination if this goes to a heal off.
He does have a lot of builds to work with though for the time being, but he's got Kanata and Stable Ronaldo directly underneath where he's boxed up. Mongrel still trying to control height, but Queasy, Nick A30, they're overtaken. Mongrel by his own, he can't keep tabs of everyone around him, so Queasy gonna force him to drop.
That was a 200 IQ play. You had Nick at 30 pushing up, being the actual aggressor. Queasy in the distance landing the damage. Ollie A is now down. Mongrel's by himself. 90 on the Chug, only 25 builds left. He's trying to keep his position in the front side of the zone to attack. But for how long, with more and more players starting to put pressure, you feel and hear the shots firing onto his builds.
Oh, but Cammy just got shockwave deep into the heart of the storm. Peterbot, one more time, as a solo. He's gonna have to use his slurp juice. He's gonna have to find some more eliminations if they want to make up for the placement points with those individual elims. And Mongrel might just be the target in his sights. Mongrel doing everything he can, working his way through the low ground, but he doesn't have enough. Peterbot, though, getting caught up in more action than what he bargained for, trying to get the layer switch over, and he's going straight for the high ground tackle.
Might not take it all. He missed that opportunity. Goes straight down to the low ground. Thanks to that elimination on Mongrel, he does have some Chug left. Veno's doing the same thing, getting aggressive, forcing players lower and lower on his current position. Queasy and Nick, third time could be the charm. We've seen him on high ground. Let's see him close it out.
But Kanata, Ronaldo, they just been skirting by. Peterbot with a fourth elimination now onto Nate Hill. And it could be disastrous for Savage. He's trying to see if he can make his way forward, but Peterbot actually going to be the one caught off guard. Rex from behind, just taking him out. A menace to the lobby, no lore, but Rex paying the ultimate price. She's also been eliminated. Thomas bringing down Mr. Savage, and it's all by himself that he's got to keep this one alive.
Oh no, Shockwave just a little bit too far into zone, only 10 on the Chug, so that's essentially going to be a non-factor. Down below, one of the few duos left in this game, Ronaldo and Kanata. They are the ones on the hunt. They are the ones causing complete chaos down below, especially for any team that crosses path, and the Gentle Mates have just been separated. Nikoff is down as Ronaldo picks up his third elimination.
But Ronaldo, he's running slim as far as the builds are going, and Seti, he might have to drop. Seti might have to get involved, getting a couple of tags. Kanata's shield's so incredibly low, but Seti, he's all by himself. He's just trying to stay out of the line of sight, and he can't go much further. He's gonna have to block his view.
From a top 2 to a top 3, at least he's staying consistent. As Nick dropping down from above, no builds. Queasy taking a huge amount of damage, 10 HP each. They're scrambling to try to make a play, and Nick at 30 is amazing with that elimination, but it's Ronaldo!
Oh my god.
They steal away the game!
Ronaldo and Kanata from out of nowhere. They were always a part of the conversation, but everybody just took their eyes off for long enough that Ron could close this one out. That is what we expect of a former FNCS champion.
All right, man.
Boys, don't lose your voices before you've had a chance to talk to me. Pretty excited about that one. Everyone had their eyes on you going into this competition.
Right now.
Game number 3, you finally show up. How does it feel?
I mean, this guy right here is the GOAT, man. This guy's the GOAT. This guy's solo clutch, and you know me, I'm a FNCS champion. I carried my squad back in 2019. You know, the genetics and everything. We just a GOAT into it. We waiting. When's next game?
That's a lot of points.
I mean, to be honest, that was probably the easiest game of Fortnite I've ever played in my entire life. All right, I'm not gonna even lie. We finally got a South Zone. Finally. If those who know, you know what I'm saying? We finally got a South Zone. The first 2 games, we're top left. We're running the whole map, landing bottom right. We finally get a zone, and I said we're gonna win it. And what happened? We won that game.
I feel like I'm hearing some excuses, though. Are you saying you're only going to win this if you get Southside zones?
He said, watch, if we get a zone, we're gonna win. What happened? I mean, look at it. The first 2 games, 2 pulled max. Kill what we did. Top 5, top 3, and now we won. Easy.
All right, well, let's see if you can make it easy. As you were saying, Ron?
It's not over yet, though. We still got 3 more, so, hey.
There you go. Let's not get ahead of yourselves. Galen Center, please show some appreciation. It's Ron and Kanata. Let's head back to Zeke.
No way! The Pro-Am is delivering on the entertainment right now. Oh my gosh! I am just so in love with this format. I'm so in love with Reload, and I'm in love with everything we're seeing right now. I cannot believe we got a win from Kanata and Stable Ronaldo!
I mean, what a way to win that, right? The solo clutch, Kanata as well. Listen, I got you with the callback right there.
Okay,
To Major 2, if you know, you know. South Zone pulls in their favor, though. They do win the game. Gosh, Kanata's just so good. Honestly, I mean, you know, we make jokes all the time about when zones pull this way, that way. When Kanata pulls a zone, he usually does very, very well.
We like to talk about players that kind of fly under the radar, and for whatever reason, Kanata, we just keep forgetting that he's one of the best players in Fortnite. He is the only player in the world to make all 26 FNCS Grand Finals, and to see him be here on the FNCS Pro-Am to prove himself on the caliber that we expect him to, that's what I love to see. But honestly, Stable Ronaldo is really surprising me. We talked about a lot of these influencers being their loot llamas. I think Stable Ronaldo is pulling all the weight as well. Look at that, 3 eliminations each. It was Ronaldo to get the final shot as well.
It was equal right there at the end. I mean, 4 eliminations apiece. It'll be interesting to kind of see after the tournament ends how many times the quote-unquote content creator was able to match the eliminations of the professional player. But with game number 3 right there, Kanata and Stable Ronaldo, first place.
Oh, no.
Wow.
We are halfway through this competition, and once again, those standings get flipped on their head. Now, we are at the halfway point, which means we're going to give the players some time here. They're going to go ahead and head back with 3 more games to go. They got to start talking strategy, what they're going to do in that second half of the competition. I want to also highlight here, man, Queasy, Nick A30. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I don't know. Like, Queasy is a legend already. We all know that. But the fact that consistently we are getting these height endgame situations out of Queasy and Nick 830, by the way. Because sometimes, you know, just one of the duos, think about that last game 2, Clicks left as a solo. Nick 830 is right there with Queasy.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing such a good job. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit worried after games 1 and 2 because it looked like nobody was really going up for high ground. So I was like, well, if anybody starts to like shoot up, pressure them, tries to take it before them, like what's going to happen then? Game 3, Mongrel and Allier were actually up there on the high ground. And that lasted for about a minute because Queasy just knows how to take the high ground as well. Got to give a big shout out to Nick, though, because it's not easy to kind of follow up on those takes.
No, I love that you talk about Mongrel taking high ground, though, because if you looked on the other side of zone, around zone 8 there, that was when Nick A30 and Queasy were essentially egoing. Typically, when one player starts to establish high ground, they kind of hold it until someone either chops them or tries to steal it away from them. But to ego a player and to just build your own high ground on the other side is a different sense in itself. But Queasy, Nick A30 doing a great job. Nick A30 getting an elimination onto Seti, one of our invitational winners, is definitely going to be in his highlight reel.
Beautiful shot right there.
Dude, and I love to you kind of bring up Seti. I love that we've also kind of been seeing Seti. He's kind of like lurking, right? He keeps making these end games. In game number 2, we saw him kind of paired up with Daya as well. They're on the low ground. I mean, Seti is like, he smells blood in the water, right? Like, he's that shark lurking in the depths, waiting to strike. And the problem is, we kind of keep letting him make to end games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit here, right? We were talking about the duos, having a little bit of a conversation. I was like, I swear, Seti and Daya, they're like good on paper. Everybody's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I swear they should be good. They're like, nah. Shout out to KXR, though, because I saw KXR put some respect on Seti and Daya's name as a duo in this competition. So far, though, I think they're proving everybody wrong.
I mean, you called it out, honestly, that we have a lot of FNCS competitors here, a lot of people that make it to the grand finals, but this is a team that has won multiple lands to both of their names, between the Milk Cup, between the Invitational. These aren't just land competitors, these are land winners right here. And that's why we are currently seeing them in their second place spot. But for me, I'm looking at eliminations, and I have to look to Ozzy and Peterbot. 16 eliminations, the most in the lobby, but of course, placement is where they're falling short.
Yeah, I was actually, looking towards that as well. No surprise that they do have the most. It's also kind of crazy looking at that leaderboard, how close, like top 7's very, very close. I think it was up to like 3rd place. There's only a 6-point difference right now, so it's still pretty much anybody's game.
Yeah, that's really scary. We kind of missed out there at 2nd place, right? Cooper Zemi still also hanging on there, making sure that this 1st place spot doesn't get too far away, right? I mean, just to see like the I love that reaction. The variety of talent, really, from every single duo. It doesn't matter who we tune into. There's excitement. There's plays being made. Like, man, Reload is just so much fun.
Yeah, it really, really is. And shout out to Alex, right? Because Alex kind of putting on an early game clinic right now, definitely going for those aggressive pushes. That game, though, definitely got a little bit of a pushback. Nate Hill was moving a little bit, actually took out Alex on a push and was able to pick up a couple more eliminations kind of following up on that.
Yeah, we like to talk about kind of these micro adjustments that players make during the tournament, because although you can prepare for reload, playing at home, playing ranked games, there's only so much that you can really prepare for a tournament. The meta kind of evolves as the tournament goes on. So to see Nate Hill kind of respond to how Alex is playing, because we saw Alex, like you said, going for those early aggressions and then just kind of punishing the players near him. Making those small adjustments like what we saw from Nate Hill is what allows you to stay at the top of the leaderboard.
I'm curious, right? Now that we have kind of this halftime, we're kind of going to give these players time to think and kind of take a step back and collect themselves. I'm wondering what they will bring for the second half of the competition. For now, though, we will go to a little break. When we return, more action here from the FNCS Pro-Am.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what? At the pier pack, bro. Wait, what? Yeah, we got Kanata, Jimmy Cooper, Lacey. Oh, they had a big
What is going on, Fortnite fam? Welcome back to the FNCS Pro-Am. Again, we're here during the halftime, waiting for our players to kind of take a small break, and then we'll get back to the action. But first, we got to introduce you to David. Yeah, I know.
What's going on?
David is here.
Come on
We're
now.
standing next to David. The internet will never forget this happened. David, welcome. How are you feeling?
Bro, I feel ecstatic. It's Fortnite. It's Fortnite. Come on. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. So, David, you know, what brought you to Fortnite? Why
Man,
Fortnite? Of all games.
Listen, in 2017, I found a game on a PlayStation Store. I downloaded it, and I got into it super early, maybe like season 2. And ever since then, I've been addicted to it. I can't lie to you. Ever since then, I've been addicted to it. Crazy, bro.
Okay. So we was talking a little bit before we obviously hopped on here. Tell everybody what you told me. I was like, you know, have you been keeping up with Fortnite competitive in general?
Yes, I'm coming for that. I want to be a pro too.
Look at that.
My journey not done. I did the music. I got to get back into the Fortnite, bro. Come on now.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You know?
So watching the competition today, then who are you gonna be rooting for?
I think Ronaldo, bro.
Okay.
He's going crazy. Peter Bot going crazy too. He's literally clip farming right now. He's literally clip farming. So you know, yeah.
I mean, you brought up your music. You just released a new album.
I did.
Congratulations, first of all. But I gotta ask, man, listening to your own music while playing Fortnite, is there a song in your new album that you're like, it's go time, WC, the end of the game?
I think Feel It.
Yeah, are you feeling it?
That gets me in the mode. Yeah, Feel It. That's the one.
Dude, I love that. What inspires you, man? I mean, obviously you're like kind of a prolific musician. You know, you're coming in. Obviously, Fortnite loves you a lot. So, what inspires you?
Right now, it's a lot of movies, television, and just life experiences, bro. Especially the games. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
All right. Talk to me a little bit about the watch party you got going on then, because I just found out you're
up there, bro. I've been getting my little commentator vibe. You know, I've been checking in on players, see if everybody's locked in, and then seeing how everybody's doing.
Are you gonna start streaming some Fortnite? Maybe getting into some cash cups?
I need to. Yes. I'm going to.
So what you're saying is we should just go ahead and add you to the desk. You're a permanent fixture.
Yeah, you know what? Just keep me up here.
Okay, all right, yeah, let's just pretend, you know, end game, Ronaldo, it's a 1v1. He goes to win. What does that sound like?
He's got it! He's got it!
I think he's hired.
He's hired. He's That's like, this is how we know he's tapped in.
Come on, bro.
I cannot believe. So, like, how's the experience been for you, man?
Bro,
I mean, here it's just so different, right?
It's beautiful, man. I dreamed about being here since like 2018. I was like, yo, I gotta be in the stadium. I gotta be in this arena one day, and I'm here, bro.
So is this like the first time for you then? Like trying to like an event like this? Really?
It's blowing my mind right now, bro.
So that means as well you've never actually put on a stage.
Hey, next year, put me up there.
Oh, okay.
Get me on the controller, bro. Get me on the controller, bro, please.
Are you an LA local?
I am.
So what is it like having all of these people from all around the world being able to like compete in Fortnite, one of your favorite games, right here in your hometown?
It's beautiful just to see everybody come together for this one game that kind of just brings us all together to kind of scream and cheer and champion our favorite creators, our favorite gamers. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
That's amazing. So, David, before we say goodbye, first off, please tell the people about not only where they can find you, but tell them about your album.
Thank you. All right, my name is David, aka D4VD. My new album, Withered, is just out right now. It's a beautiful, beautiful album. Put my heart and soul into it. Listen to it while you're playing Fortnite and go crazy on the game. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go, David. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Such a big, honor. That's David. I'm standing next to David, dude. All right, for now, let's go hang out with Frankie and see what she's up to during the halftime.
Thank you very much. David, do you want to come and visit the player lounge? Because I've got a birthday boy here who would love to meet you. Cypher, PK, do you want a signed copy of David's new album?
David, I would love one. Absolutely.
There you go. Hopefully we can hook a guy up. Now, Cypher, tell me what's happening. You're currently at 20th in the leaderboard. We don't say last year. Say 20th yourself and Moxie. What's happening?
You know, it's very stacked right now. We managed to get a point last game. We shot someone out the sky. We're going to make some adjustments. I think what we're going to do for the second half is just play a lot more aggressive. You know, every point, every kill is 1 point, every elimination is 1 point. And placements are a little bit hard to get because everyone's staying alive. So we're just going to W key and be a little bit more aggressive and see if that works.
I like the sound of that. I mean, Peterbot is dropping near you with Aussie. I don't know if you want to maybe aggress that direction.
Definitely don't want to attack Peterbot, and fortunately so far he has not attacked us. He's busy eliminating Mongrel, Luga, and Typical Gamer, so we're going to keep it that way, hopefully, you know. My one birthday wish was to not be attacked by Peterbot.
Oh, that's slightly awkward because I thought your one birthday wish was to get a cake personally baked by Mr. Courage JD.
Everybody, today is Cypher PK's birthday. Join me in singing Happy Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cypher. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, you gonna eat some of that?
I don't like the way he's looking at my cake.
I don't like the way he's looking at you. It's like he's going to eat you up in the lobby in just a moment. Cypher, oh! Okay, so before we let you go, Cypher, the birthday wish, you got the cake, but now are you going to get the elims and head up that leaderboard?
Absolutely. It's game time. You gotta show them that Unk still got it.
Awesome. Well, we are going to head over to Takata right now while I celebrate with the birthday boy.
Frankie. Look, you're talking about unks, you're talking about icons. There is a lot of icons competing here today, and I've found myself an icon as well. You might have seen him in the past with Pro-Ams, the 2018 Pro-Am, the 2019 World Cup, all of the skirmishes. I am talking of none other than Golden Boy. Golden Boy, how are you feeling?
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. Massive shout out to USC. What an incredible event this is. And it's honestly just wild to see the Fortnite Pro-Am back. I remember commentating the very first Pro-Am way back in the day. And man, I tell you, it has definitely come a long way. It's been incredible to see how far this game has come.
I love to hear it. I love the excitement. Now, you've watched the pre-show. You've watched all 3 matches so far. We've got creators. We've got pros. I want to know, is there a specific creator that maybe surprised you a little bit on how well they've been playing?
Well, I mean, obviously, I don't know. Can we call him a creator? Stable Ronaldo? You know, I mean, I think he definitely has a little bit of that juice. But no, honestly, it's been great to see all the competitors like really giving it their all. And massive shout out to my boy CypherPK. Birthday. Cast in many of his events, so huge birthday wishes to him. And also to my boy Courage JD, because that dude has been a thorn in my side for years. So massive shout out to you, Courage. I love you, buddy. But seriously, it's really cool to see all these creators come out from this.
I love it. Look, you're shouting out a lot of the OGs. You're familiar with the OGs. Now, are you going to put CypherPK as your prediction? If you have to predict who is going to stay up on top in these next 3 matches, give me a duo.
Oh, man, look. I gotta go with Clicks after what we just saw earlier. Absolute god-tier performance out of him. But you know what, man? I really want to see a little bit more out of Nick A30 and what was the new guy? Was it
Queasy, Nick A30?
There it is. That's the duo I'm looking out for as well. I'm trying to see them get that victory royale, and I think they're gonna do it after this next game.
I love it. You gotta put some respect on Queasy's name, the GOAT IGL of Fortnite competitive. I am loving the action so far. You're loving the action. That is a solid prediction. Any last words before we go back to the deck?
Oh man, you know, I was there for one of the first Fortnite events ever done right here in LA. It's incredible to have seen how far this game has come. Look, I think it goes without saying, the community that's come out for this and that's really shown the passion and the love. Like, keep doing that. Keep enjoying stuff. It's important to enjoy things, cheer for the things you love, and have a good time out there. This is really, really a fun time, and shout out to Epic for putting this on.
I love it. I wouldn't expect anything less from the icon himself, Golden Boy. Thank you so much. Zeke, you know what to do.
Shout out the OG Golden Boy. That's where Booga came from, in case you didn't know. I mean, Golden Boy, an absolute legend. Thanks for doing that for us. We appreciate that. And of course, shout out to CypherPK. Happy birthday. If you haven't already, go wish him a happy birthday. Tweet at him, however you want to do it. Just make sure you say happy birthday. All right. We're kind of getting closer, okay? Closer and closer to kicking back up the competition. The players are having some time to kind of take a step back and collect themselves for the last 3 games. Why don't we take a look at kind of our standings and remind ourselves kind of what's transpiring. Because, man, these games have provided so much chaos. And, you know, if you told me, hey, after game number 3, Kanata and Stable Ronaldo would be in first place, I'd be like, bro, what are you talking about? There's so many different names. Why them? And my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a little bit of a slow start, maybe a little bit of a sleeper start out of the deal, right? I was kind of watching them in some of the games. Stable Ronaldo getting, like, knocked. 6 zone that one game, and then all of a sudden, game number 3, that's where they kind of found their stride, the low ground, they found their zone. Shout out to Kanata for that one. But yeah, I mean, it's no surprise here, honestly. Like, I think everybody kind of coming into the competition, you've got an FNCS winner, paired up with an FNCS winner. I mean, come on, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people say that if you look at Fortnite from 5, 6 years ago, it is a vastly different game, especially the competitive side of things. But still, being able to have a Fortnite mindset, understand what your priorities need to be, and also be able to synchronize and communicate with your IGL, it's very important. I think that's what Stable Ronaldo brings, where maybe a few other content creators fall a little short, is that he understands what it means to be a duo, what it means to be in a team and work together.
I love it. We've done something special. We've got some stats from the first 3 games. Let's take a look and kind of see, are there any front runners leading any of these stats? There's a name. You know, it's crazy, Viv. Why don't you just call out that name that seems to be eating up quite a bit of these stats?
So I read the first one, right, and I was like, ooh, Alex and Peterbot kind of tied up. My eyes went further down the list, and I was like, oh, Peterbot. Most damage done, best damage ratio, most kills, most eliminations. elimination.
Where'd my grapple go?
Peterbot. Yeah, this is why he was finding himself toward the top of predictions.
He's also going down around 8th, 7th place, and a lot of those eliminations are kind of earned towards the end game. So for the fact that he has the most damage, the most builds, and the most eliminations, while still not placing that very high, just shows how much of a powerhouse he is.
As somebody who pretty much gets to watch Peterbot on a daily, and I love doing so, I'm kind of afraid to say we still haven't seen that Peterbot-esque performance, right? I'm talking about one of those end games where 7 eliminations, you blink and all of a sudden he gets them.
Well, I mean, Peterbot, you know, a completely incredible player in the standard Battle Royale mode that we're used to, and he has just perfected that. He's played everything with it, and I'm wondering, actually, if, with it being reload mode, that it's not necessarily facilitating the kind of end game that Peterbot is used to.
I feel like he should be pretty comfortable. I mean, we're kind of getting to the end game pretty consistently, right? Every single time we kind of tune into him, he's picking up those refreshes. He's got a grapple gun to work with. It looks like he should be comfortable.
Something that we always say, though, about Peterbot is how he conditions the rest of the lobby.
Yeah.
And I think that this lobby is unconditionable because they are just so chaotic and they kind of just don't care. To quote David, I don't care is what they're saying to Peterbot.
I like that, but I think there's a point to that, right? Because obviously the fact we have all of these different things, there's so much chaos, shocks, and people kind of landing back down. You're like, I just eliminated you. Wait, stop, don't come back, don't come back. Like, there's so many different things, and I think there is, because I agree. Normally with Peterbot, we're used to seeing like, oh no, there's 20 duos left alive, it's Peterbot, and then suddenly like, wait, Peterbot won and picked up like 11 eliminations? What just happened? Now, what about creators, right? Who has shown up as the best creator on the day? Well, it's actually Zemi, who is looking the strongest right now, and I don't think any of us are really surprised to hear and or say that. I mean, just look at some of these stats. Zemi, he's got ice in the veins.
Yeah, I mean, no surprise right there. We're kind of talking Zemi. For anybody who doesn't know anything about him, he's pretty much taking over the zero build scene. He's considered one of the best players in that game mode. Coming over to the pro-am, obviously, yeah, you got to build a little bit, but the aim should be there. He knows how to kind of use all of these weapons. And I was actually talking to Zemi, right? Cooper was kind of gassing up. He was like, his aim is just like so good. And I was like, well, yeah, because in zero build, you used to just kind of like shockwaving around all of the movement that kind of gets added to zero build. Sometimes you just got to hit those shots. The player's flying into the sky. He's used to that. Reload, a lot of people flying through the sky.
He's literally doing those aim trainer maps that we see, but it's just a zero build. But again, you know, he understands competition. He's entered competitions himself and then joined by Cooper, who's an incredible IGL. But looking at the numbers, Nate Hill, if we're going to talk about a Dark Horse, Nate Hill is definitely one of them.
Targeted
damage.
Well, yeah,
I'm actually targeting, bro.
I kind of talked about it a little bit, gave it a little bit of a shout out for pushing back Alex. And I mean, if we're just looking at it on paper, it's like, well, Nate Hill should not be able to push back Alex. I mean, Alex has been playing the game. He's an FNCS champion. Nate Hill, yeah, he's still kind of playing Fortnite, but he hasn't really conceded himself.
I get shot.
Jumped into the competitions a very long time. But to kind of see him do something like that and the show on the damage zone leaderboard, really, really cool to see.
It's all Somerset up there, right? Like, whoa, what's going on, man? We're putting up some damage numbers here. It is so absolutely amazing. Now, we actually have an interview lined up. Let's check in with Clicks and Lacey.
We have to check in with Clicks and Lacey because they're 4th place on the leaderboard at the moment, but there's only 11 points separating them from Ron and Canada at the top. Clicks, what happened in that last game?
You know, there's a push in front of us, and unfortunately they had a mammoth pistol and hit a headshot on Lacey, so he got hit 170. Not a good look, it was hard, but really can't come back from zones that far, you know?
And I mean, Thomas and Somerset, they're going to do that to you once they get the mammoth in their hands. Lacey, what's the strategy going forward?
I'm landing on Somerset. She out the air the entire game.
Well, maybe Somerset's listening to this and she's going to be ready for you. It's a W key situation though, isn't it, Clicks? It's anyone's game. All you need is one good game and you can dominate the top again.
Yeah, I mean, these next 3 games are going to be really aggressive, so it's about just staying on par with the aggressiveness and trying to get as many kills as possible.
And what's it like knowing that the crowd is on your side?
They're always on our side. You just gotta love the crowd. You love the Clicksers, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you got used to them being on your side, but you never take it for granted, right?
Never take it for granted. Super grateful for them.
And what's it like for you, Lacey? Obviously, the former pro player, now in front of the crowd again. Are you loving what you're hearing?
Yeah, you know, as a former professional player.
He's got like $5,000 to his name. That's a former professional player.
Professional player. You know, it's fun. It's my first LAN. The adrenaline up there on the stage. It's a lot of fun hearing the crowd and share us all.
So maybe Major 3, Clicks might make some changes to his very successful trio and bring you in?
I don't know, I might have to drop Iamzo. You a new fragger?
He would literally physically weigh down our team. Like it's not worth it.
That's such a shame. But you know what?
We got a game. We gotta go.
Let's call this the last dance and head back to the desk. I need to sort this situation out.
Oh god.
Wow. That is crazy.
There's the engagement form we were looking for.
There it is. There it is. Obviously, you know that they're excited. Obviously, that's again, that's a character. That's them being characters. That's them being characters. What did you say? Oh, it has to do with the VOD review. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. You know, you're talking about excitement, and we just saw Clicks and Lacey backstage. A lot of people are coming to the stage right now. I'm guessing that they might get a little bit more excited in the audience when we do see Clicks and Lacey come out. But I just love to hear from Golden Boy that Clicks really surprised him, and I think you know, a lot of people kind of just, for whatever reason, see Clicks as a content creator first and then a pro player second, but he has just brought so much to the table in Fortnite competitive over these last years.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some of the stats. I mean, you know me, I love stats. It makes things very, very simple. Peterbot leading the charge right now. 2.8 damage ratio, almost 5k damage. So look at the eliminations and of course the current place. But again, Kelly, you kind of called out. Yeah, they're kind of hitting these good stats, but that placement isn't there.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that, again, goes down to their game style is going for these like early game aggressions and then translating that into this end game. And I just think that typically we can see them go for low ground aggression and then go for the high ground right when the moment's right, but they haven't been able to find that right moment. Peterbot, obviously with Aussie Antics, just seems to be struggling a little bit in that end game there, Vivid, but I think that there is definitely a possibility in these last 3 games for them to recover.
Yeah, I mean, no surprise that we see Peterbot kind of at the top of, you know, being that quote-unquote best player right there. He just always is so good. It's pretty much like that sole reason why he was, you know, finding himself sort of top of some of these prediction leaderboards.
Yeah. Hey, did you want to come over? Did you want to come over and say something? Did you want to... Yeah, I know. Yeah, do you want to hear? Why don't you throw this headset on?
I have like no match. I'm like stuck right here.
I'm now casting you in.
Okay.
We welcome you. Thank you, Loser, for joining us.
We're doing good. He's doing so well.
Yeah, he's doing good, right?
Popping off with the. I think he has the most limbs alongside Peterbot.
Yeah, he does.
Right?
Yeah, tie.
Hey,
Yeah.
all right, let's go.
So what did you guys talk about during the little bit of a break there?
About, you know, continuing to get the most limbs.
Oh.
You know, saying like placement's cool, winning is cool, but like limbs are fun. So.
Is there a player that you're looking to eliminate in particular, though?
Me personally?
Yes.
Somerset. She's wearing my Thomas says, yeah, so maybe I'll get a bit of revenge. Hopefully. Anyway, you guys are doing great.
Yeah, thank you. All right, thank you, Loser.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe Loser Bro just came up to the stage. Oh my gosh, can you guys tell we are having so much fun right now? Oh my gosh. Take a look at the standings one last time before we jump back into the game. What a day. David and now Loser. We're so cool. Anyway, again, reminder at the top, Canada Stable Ronaldo after game number 3 again. Shocked to the stall, just a crazy game. And now I gotta ask, what do we think is gonna change for the next 3 games?
I don't know. Is anything going to change, right? We've only seen one duo kind of willing to change up in the early game, Peterbot and Odyssey, right? Switching up their drop spot. Maybe they're kind of going to do something like that again. We just heard from Loserford that they're kind of expecting to continue to kind of go for the most eliminations. I'd love to see Veno and Reddish kind of enter the conversation, right? 11th place.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, we've seen Veno in the
why
end game
me?
solo a few
Always
times, so
me,
being able
bro.
to just kind of have Reddish there probably, you know, as an opportunity to be a support would really change up their end game there. But for me, what I think we're going to see in game 1, we saw a lot of shockwaves. We saw a lot of shockwaves in the end game, and then games 2 and 3, it was a little bit less. I think in these next few games, these end games, especially with the mobility items, are going to be shaking up that high ground a lot.
I'm curious, will Loserfruit get the elimination onto Lachlan? The single desire she seeks, the single elimination, will we make that happen? Speaking of course, of other conversations, could we see Thomas HT and Somerset get a victory royale? I mean, Loserfruit's talking her up.
I mean, will we? I think we definitely can. I think Thomas HD and Somerset, we saw Somerset on the leaderboard there for creators when it comes to damage done, so they're obviously playing pretty well. I would be curious to kind of see the leaderboard for damage done amongst the pros, because I would be not surprised if Thomas HD kind of found himself there. So, I mean, they're doing good in that department. They just got to kind of find themselves to the end game, kind of stick together as a duo.
Yeah, definitely going for that kind of early game aggression stat instead. But you know, Zeke, I just want some more Fortnite. That's what I'm here for, and I think that's what everyone else is here for as well.
I think you guys want more games of Fortnite, right? Are you guys ready? Casters, take us in a game.
Look, we've had enough of a break. The players have all had an opportunity now to revisit some of those first 3 lobby strategies, Jacob, and the revisions have got to come through heavy because some of these teams outside that top 10 leaderboard, you know they're going to be looking to overtake.
Yeah, no, during that break, I got a chance to chat not only with some of those players, but with some of the spectators as well, and it's been in agreement. This has to be one of the most fun tournaments that we have seen in a long, long time. The action for the first 3 games were absolutely impeccable, and I expect it to heat up even more because even Cypher PK in one of those interviews said our game plan probably get more aggressive.
It's definitely a sea of Dream and Merge and Xset out there. So Clicks, Lacey, they've got to continue trying to deliver some Victory Royale, see if they can hold on to that first place position. But we've got Game 4 on lock and ready to go.
Game 4.
This is it, the true halfway point of the 2025 FNCS Pro-Am competition, and where you're at on the leaderboard, I feel like dictates how you get to play. In the top 5, business as usual. Anywhere down below, if you're looking for that #1 spot and to be able to hoist that trophy, you might have to get aggressive.
But some things are not going to change as Alex opening up with a big elimination. Loser Fruit said, hey, just keep hunting them down, and he sure is delivering right now. But Faxity, he's going to find the most shield currently at Dirty Docks. Zemi kind of hesitating for a moment. Didn't want to take that mammoth pistol shot. Didn't feel like he was going to be able to actually close that gap. Cooper might actually be looking to take the charge though onto Fax.
Just kind of taking their time, feeling things out. They don't want to go ahead and make any decisions that they're going to regret later on. Because you got to imagine you take that shot, you annoy them, something you would do to Peterbot, and then he kind of hunts you down the rest of that game. As Alex able to get that first elimination and kind of reunite. Out of the map, the dust has settled just a little bit until somebody makes a mistake.
Gun and Flakes just seem like they can't catch a break though. If it's not Faxity and Reason, if it's not Zemi and Cooper, now they gotta worry about Oshi with Alex and Loser Fruit. And another team that the desk kind of called out, hey, we'd like to see them enter a big part of the conversation for today's competition. Peterbot though, completely taken down. What? Out of nowhere, typical Gamer and Booga. They just gotten up close and personal. They're tired of waiting for the action to come to them.
Oh, and that is a big loss. Not just the point that they give on over, but the Chug Jug and the legendary Slurp going on over to Typical Gamer. And it's Typical Gamer himself, boxed up Peterbot.
Oh my gosh.
You know Pete's not gonna let that slide. Booga, Typical Gamer, y'all better watch your backs, because if Pete gets onto the playing floor, it's going to be disastrous. But Mr. Savage, absolute catastrophe for him too. Toyota, Captain Shota, they're opening up big swings here. One elimination onto Savage now means that the exposure is so detrimental here if Savage doesn't get a chance to actually touch base.
Yeah, especially since he just rebooted right in front. They know Lachlan is going to be nearby. Focusing on that one, Alex does go down. Great shot by Moxie. It is going to be a trade, but Alex getting taken down by the Storm. Cypher PK being the hero, making sure that they get the revive. They don't want to waste any time sending Moxie onto the reboot, and they do get to keep their loot. A great heads-up play by Cypher PK closing in on that.
It's exactly what they needed. Alex, on the other hand, probably wishing that this exchange wouldn't have been so even. Good backup, though, from Cypher. At the same time, Captain Shota, Toyota, they found Savage yet again, and they want more, but Savage and Lachlan, they're on the run. It's Lacey. Actually, no, cancel that. Lockie. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry. You know that story about Lacey and Lachlan in the code. It's not the first person to make a little bit of a hiccup there, but They just know Savage and Lachlan have been running around. They're just on the hunt constantly. But now Savage is moving in towards Steamy Stats, and he's hoping with more and more teams over on this north side of the map that this could be a chance for them to get back up. But Benno with the all-seeing eye know that he's a solo and is immediately going on the hunt. Waiting for that perfect moment. Savage knows he can't glide up. That would leave him open to getting taken down, but Benno's gonna go ahead and seal that deal anyway.
It's just so unfair. Savage has no shield. And Benno not gonna waste any time, but this could be the problem. Savage being out. Lachlan's gotta buy time now, but Somerset just aggressing so heavily, barely managing to stay up long enough for Savage to be brought back in, but now the question is, will he be able to do the same favor for his duo? Because Somerset and Thomas are keying him heavily.
And this is just disastrous. Koyota, Captain Shota is there as well. They were the ones that originally taken down Savage and Lachlan as a part of their game plan. Thomas and Somerset just taking advantage, but first place right now, taking down Ali A, Kanata and Stable Ronaldo. Getting busy here in the early game, and they have access to 2 different supply drops on the right side of the map if they want to venture towards the north.
Kanata and Ronaldo seem like they're really starting to find their rhythm here, Jacob, and if somebody's not going to force them to come to a bit of a stoppage, they might just start building a couple points too many for some of these other teams to really keep up with. But Mongrel, Allier, right now, the trouble is both in front and behind them. They're just looking for any sort of a breath of fresh air, but the lobby is just continuing to close in. It's a mayday situation here for Mongrel. And I'm not sure he's going to be left standing for much longer.
Yeah, in the mini-map alone, there's about 5 teams, so it's not going to be easy for Ali A to get back up into this game. Especially since he's just going to get rebooted over and over again right above Mongrel. Typical Gamer and Booga. They were the ones that got that initial elimination onto Peterbot over towards Slurpee. That was able to get him a good amount of loot to take this far into the end game as Ali A gets picked off yet again by Peterbot.
Oh my gosh,
if anybody is going to be a second half player in this tournament, it's got to be him, right?
Feel bad for Booga, though. He just got robbed a little bit there by Pete. Did all the heavy lifting, landing that body shot with the Mammoth pistol just for the single tag to credit that elimination towards Peterbot. And Pete, 0 complaints. Probably happy that Booga was able to still set him up indirectly. Zemi Cooper kind of just taking a moment, though. They've got space, they've got time to work with, plenty of material, really solid loadouts, mobility, chug jugs, splashes. This is practically everything you could ask for.
Especially as the zone is opening up in their favor, all the way towards the north, all the way behind them to the east. They know it's in zone, and they know the chances of teams being back there is relatively low. Not necessarily impossible as Peterbot. No, this is not the same replay we've seen. This is just Peterbot bullying Ali A. He said, you know what, Zeke? I don't care what you have to say.
Oh my goodness, this is sickening. Peterbot, let Ali A land, man. This guy, it just gets nothing except a constant replay cycle, Jacob. The lobby is only allowing him to exist to farm elim points off of.
It's like poking the bear. You poke Peterbot one too many times and land near his drop spot.
Look at everybody shooting
again! 5 eliminations. I believe 4 of them are just farming Ali A out of the sky. I feel so bad, but it really just means that Mongrel down below, even though he doesn't want to have to push up, I feel like he almost has to do something to cause a distraction.
This is not very wholesome for Ali A, man. This is brutal work by the lobby. Peterbot and Aussie. The punching bag that's been established in the sky. Aussie maybe keeping tabs though on the next loot crate. Jacob, Cammy, they could be looking like they want to actually steal this one for themselves.
Not again.
But look at Cold and Courage. They're also making their way in.
Oh no.
We got it. You're not just taking it. No, you go somewhere else. The other side of the map, please. I can't keep watching this highlight reel of Ali A being elimed off cooldown.
This is just insane. Peterbot, without the Mammoth either, just dealing tons of damage along with Ozzy, and they have their plan set forward. Then you got one team on one side of the map with Peterbot, calm as can be. On the other side, deep in the zone, 1v1, Thomas versus Veno. A battle of the ages for EU. He's going to shockwave into the box, cause chaos, but Veno's going to see that one coming. Quickly builds, trying to defend himself. Thomas not falling off just yet. Misses that opportunity by not firing the shot. That's going to allow for Veno to stay alive just a little bit longer.
Somerset, we got to keep an eye on her as well. She might be able to actually help out Thomas HD here, and Veno still under so much pressure. Thomas does have a full Chug Jug if he needs it, and he's going to have to opt for the Chug Jug. But Veno doesn't have any whites. He manages to just barely find a handful of bandages inside of Steamy Sacks, but Thomas, he's putting on so much pressure. He doesn't want to let Veno get any kind of healing off. And sure enough, Veno, he just had the clock working against him.
Yeah, eventually Thomas knew he has to pop the bandage or fight back, and if he fights back, he's going down either way. Luckily for Veno, though, Reddish is going to be there on the outskirts, not necessarily getting contested yet. For Coyote, Captain Shota, they're going to be on top of the Steamy Stacks. They know they can use that to rotate forward, save the shockwaves, the grapples, and the crash pads for later, but they're just waiting to hunt this team down.
Wait, I don't know if Thomas is aware of the fact that those two are even up on top of Steamy Stacks. Luckily, though, they're going to make their departure before they decide to introduce themselves to Somerset and Thomas. Still, trouble brewing on the horizon here for Shota and Coyote. A couple of shots being sent their way, a few strays. Peterbot, no Aussie in sight, but Peterbot's applying so much pressure onto Flakes and Gone, and there's another team just ahead of the other side of those walls. But Peterbot is a solo. Aussie gonna manage to tag team, but it's Aussie and Allier just fighting for their lives to try and land here.
That's A-okay. Peterbot.
Oh my gosh. Bro! Seriously, PC, no! Alright. Freaking lie, bruh.
Allier just fighting for their lives to try and land here.
That's A-okay. Peterbot.
Bro, can you please stop the live, bruh? Bruh, no way, bro.
In the mini-map alone, there's about...
Allier just fighting for their lives to try and land here.
That's A-okay. Peterbot.
Nah, bro. No, I had to restart the whole fucking thing, man. What the fuck are these recommendations? There it is.
Allier just fighting for their lives to try and land here.
That's A-okay. Peterbot.
Wait, what? They just started streaming. Wait, what? No way. There's actually no freaking way, man. I'm gonna have to watch freaking up.
Do you need a free and easy way to capture your gameplay? Introducing Outplayed. Record anything on your...
Don't care about power. Oh.
Does have left up in front of them. Peterbot looking to attack one of those walls. That's the Cold Courage wall. Luckily for them, they already disengaged and left this position. Max pull for Peterbot and Ozzy, which means the shockwaves, no choice but to come out.
Gotta be real careful though, Skirt.
Wait, no, did it?
You want to have him as your teammate alive as long as up the river, and there's so many big teams in their path, including his teammate Cold and Courage.
But the paranoia, it's starting to set in. Peterbot trying to make a decision for which direction he actually wants to head, looking every single perspective, up, down, left, right, center. But wherever Pete decides to head next, Jacob, it's more like the teams that are in between Pete's next point of interest that they're going to have to really be wary of, because Peterbot, he'll just clear people out. He'll just key the bodies in front of him. He does not.
Out.
Gotta be real careful though, skirting by Courage.
What? Why does it keep lagging?
In between Pete's next point of interest that they're going to have to really be wary of, because Peterbot, he'll just clear people out. He'll just key the bodies in front of him. He does not care.
And I feel like that's kind of their plan along the way, get at least one elimination. Remember, Ozzy is relatively fresh rebooted. He might just have an AR, the 100 mats that he does have left up in front of them. Peterbot looking to attack one of those walls. That's the cold courage walls. Luckily for them, they already disengaged and left this position. Max pull for Peterbot and Ozzy, which means the shockwaves, no choice but to come out.
Gotta be real careful though, skirting by Courage.
Just wait, what? It ended for them to wait. There's no way it's crashing.
He's literally the same Aussie antics.
It crashed for Temple Gamer too. It crashed for everyone. There's actually no way.
Alright. Nope. You liar, pants on fire, bro.
Oh, wait. Did it also exit on Twitch? Wait, there's actually no way. Hang on. Switch. Did it also end on Twitch?
Wallah, you beaten me.
Let's see Fortnite. Awful, yeah. Fortnite.
The internet back, and when the internet gets back, they're probably just gonna rerun the game, I assume. Bro, that's the first time this has ever happened in Fortnite, no?
Oh my god. Bro, I was just so mad. Oh my god.
It's still live though. That shit's crazy.
Oh, how is it still working? Dude! It broke the fucking screen.
Let me take a picture so I can show him.
The one that's
Fortnite competitive. Competitive. Fortnite competitive. Alright, yeah. Yeah, it's offline. Wow. Wow, it's also close on Twitch too, bro. Wait, hold on, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me click something here. Alright, man. Alright, so, since Fortnite somehow crashed, I don't know how that's even physically possible, but we're just gonna have to log on to Fortnite now. I'm gonna have to hide this. It's up there. We're just gonna have to watch it from in-game, bro. There's actually no way, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. This can't, bro. If this is the first time, nah, bro. I'm just gonna stop laughing, bro. Like what? Like what happened? Oh yeah, they also have a Twitch community, whatever.
what you say?
It even goes down on here too.
I can't was up behind you.
What?
And then I better what couple magic?
What? It completely shut down. It just 100% shut down. How are they still playing? Bro, how is that possible, man? How? This is funny, bro. Just, bro, it's crazy. Oh my gosh, bro. Yep. That's unfortunate, bro. Yep, that is. I guess for this. Alright, man. Present, bro. I only used to use the sprayer card over whoever wins, bro. Whoever wins FC for him, I'm gonna use that code. Oh! Alright, bro. Chill, bro. Where did they cock me? They ain't looking for no trouble. Alright, man. What the? Am I the next one to go? Okay, bro, I might be the only one that's still been with life and living. Select teams. I joined team 5. Nice. Alright, so we're also gonna grab. Yeah. We're definitely gonna grab that. I think I'm happy with the pump. Yeah, I'm happy with the pump. Alright, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, I think I'm just really carrying this. Alright, bro. I think I showed Zolly that I'm the true king. I don't even have to use a shotgun yet. Oh my gosh, bro. Look at all this loot. Yeah, bro. Still, no one has beaten me yet. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, bro. I'm actually carrying my team right now, bro. 12 points, bro. I'm just outperforming this lobby, bro. It's embarrassing. Eh. I don't know if it's really too worth it. Oh shit, they're fighting each other right now. I don't know. What do you think I'm going, buddy? Not today. Not today, buddy. They're coming back to life. This is clicks, yeah, bro. This is clicks. Ooh. Oh, they're bad. Oh, okay. Ooh, ow. That hurt a lot, man. Holy moly, bro. Oh my god. Oh my. I'm cooking right now. I mean, have they fixed their bug yet? No, they have not still fixed it. I don't think they've realized it yet. They're just so rich that they haven't realized their mistake yet. Oh my god, bro. Wow, bro. They even have a chance against me, even without Spanish Shock, it's crazy. Okay, well, if my shots without connect, that also kind of useful, you know. Doesn't matter, so good job done. Bro, no way, bro. Oh. Where did my shot go? Oh, I knew, bro. Get out of the fucking bush. Yeah, bitch. Get the fuck out of that bush, bro. Dude, where the fuck am I shocking? Wait. Nah, bro. Where is it, bro? You guys are the odds, bro. There's another team starting to fucking dominate the lobby, bro. Just actually. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm just too good. Oh, so. I just kind of just came in. Oh. How does he track me every single time? How do you do this, sir? I'd like to know your ways. Oh, she's dead. She's dead. Bro, really tried. Oh, buddy, I already know where you're at. What the? Where did he come from? Oh my gosh, bro. This nigga, bro. This dude just cannot get enough. Oh, wait, are we moving back down here? Okay, well, one farm. Well, you just think that was twice thing to do right there. Victory Royale, let's go. Fuck this shit, bruh. Alright, man. It doesn't show you how many skills, but it shows you the limb streak. I wonder how that works. Yep, still not live yet. So I can put on this. Oh, man, I'm listening with the flavor. This shit's ridiculous. Like, slurp, it's cooking. I can deal with it. Be right back. 18 minutes. So, like, probably like another match of this. So, it should be back in 18 minutes, I guess. Like, I don't know how you even crashed in the first place. Oh, bro, I'm stupid. Oh, yeah, no, buddy. Try next time. Just don't land on the best player. Like, just as simple, bro. Bro, I need to go over there. Man, I just came in to clean up, bro. To clean up the mess. Bro, you should clean up, bro. Oh, Ops told me to come over here. Okay. call us back up first. Let's go. Bro, this, bro. Bro, would my team please, like, get some kills, bro? Fuck, bro. My teammates are not doing shit, bro. Right now we're third. That's some suck ass we are, bro. Teams are not doing shit, bro. Teams are just not doing anything. I might think about joining a new team here soon. Don't dare start spamming, bro. Can everyone stop pushing me, bro? Like, come on now. Like, I'm a unity, you know? Stop being dangerous, I don't know. What the fuck, bro? Bro! Get my teammates, please, help! What is this? I'm carrying my team. Like I'm actually carrying the whole team, bro. Is there any other teams I can join? Yeah, they're good. I don't think that's good. Bro.
You. I said it's okay to be somebody that's not confident in who they self. It's okay to be somebody I like you. It's okay to be somebody. Are you explaining yourself? No. Are you? Yes. Oh my god, you said you explaining yourself. Like I see 6 over home. We're in 3rd place actually. You're 4th place. What do you mean? Can't be talking, little boy. I'm 3rd place, nigga. We're both white, by the way. Yeah, I'm a white cracker. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm white cracker.
Now I gotta quit.
Yo, y'all both are bad. Just accept it. You call me bad? Yo, you're bad. Why you call me daddy? Oh wait, you said you're. I'm calling Clicks bad. Not you. Not you. I'm only calling Clicks bad because he is. Don't call me a nigger. I'm telling you. This is my
come on, bro. Now you're.
Yeah, my daddy's Clicks. Oh, he is?
Bro, this person will keep spamming.
So you're gonna need his help in FSCS. That's all. You never want FSCS either, Blackie. Tell Quick that he's gonna need help. To help you with FSCS. Oh, I forgot. He never won one. He's about to win Pro-Am, dumbass.
Like, come on now.
You think so? You really think he's about to win Pro-Am? I got Zimmy. No, I got Booga. I got Booga, man. Booga took the gamer that on the leaderboard right now are gonna win. Booga took 18 plays. Yo, TG and Booga are in 18. You're dumb. Bro, I'm not looking at the stats right now. It's Zimmy. Zimmy won it too. Zimmy got the win too.
They only need one winner.
Yo, they have 4 points.
Oh, can everyone stop hating on me?
No, they don't.
I
got clicks and likes. Yes, the fuck they do, nigga. What clicks? What place is clicks in? I bet you won't say that. He's in 4th, bitch. Yeah, he's not winning. He might win, but it's a low chance. Who got 4 points in 18? Who got first place? Loser truth? Are you fucking dumb? You fucking fat. You think you would be in first place? What you say? I said you're a nigger. Stable Ronaldo. Oh, thank you. I am. Mongo's first place for real? Controller player? Mongo's not a controller player. I know he's not. It's a meme that he says when he says controller player, controller player. Do you live under a rock? No, but I live. Do you live in your mommy's car? No, but that was funny though. You live in your mommy's car. Shut up. Do you? Oh my god. No! My family gonna need this, man. My family gonna need this, man. My family.
Bro.
I'm kind of poor, man. I'm playing on Nintendo Switch. You're coming on the poor? Yo, hell no. What? You're putting words in my mouth, man. You're putting words in my mouth. You have dick in your mouth. Shut up. What? Oh, you.
What?
What are you saying?
How did those fans so fast? Like,
yeah.
Bro, really running and gunning that, bro.
You have to leave.
Bro, you keep running that.
I just got a Mythic AR. So, you got a Mythic AR? What's scaring you? Focus. You remember? I'm gonna come on. Oh, I forgot. You do have rainbow.
No, bro.
I bet you can't kill me. I bet you won't kill me. I bet you won't.
Bro, come on.
Yo, add me and run the ones, nigga. I mean, wigga. What you say to me? Okay, add me and run the ones. Fucking deaf ass nigga.
It's not letting me, bro.
That's what you want to do?
What is that?
Yes, I do. That's what I just said.
Can you just shut up? Like, bro.
I'm hacking right now. That's why. You're hacking? I'm hacking right. I'm telling my daddy on you.
Holy moly.
And who's that?
Dang. Tell them to shut up.
Come at me, man.
Thank you. The game actually listens to me for once. Like, dang, bro. Like, you're the top of fucking Cypher. Matter of fact, I don't think he even has a point. Why are we talking about the person that doesn't even have a point? Okay, well, maybe he does have a point, but, like, bro, I would get better. I would get more than 1 point. Like, come on now. Stupid game, bro. Give away $100,000 to 100 people. And one person. Oh. This is DoorDash. Should they? Yeah. Oh, wait, Crazy D's, wait, is Crazy D's streaming it right now? Yeah. Oh, never mind. Kur's the only one that didn't stop streaming though. Well, Iman, let do. The prime just random stopped halfways. I got irritated by the most annoying goofy kids. We're just gonna wait for Fortnite to get back online. We are just going to do something here. We're just gonna place in capture for. Yeah, no, now we're just gonna wait for him to join back. I mean, we're just gonna play some random map I found on Discovery. Okay, I'm so excited. Immediately. Oh, bro, how are you not dead? Thank you. Thank you, game, for giving me the fucking game power and kill that freaking. No, I'm right behind you. Bye. What? No. I'll be a server man in the water, bro. You're phasing through every wall, bro. Thank you. Like, bro's, like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. Horrible. A wall and a little bit from the wall stopping me, you know? I want that little stopping me from me becoming a YouTuber. Good night. No, game. Game, if you'd stop irritating me. If you would stop! Why can't the point I'm having all these men, bro? Seriously, bro. Just come on. Honestly, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Constant teaming, man. Like, what is this kid double teaming, bro? Like, a kid just pops up and bumps both of us. Like, shotguns can't. Like, how? How? When you're treating people like this, no wonder why you always see people fucking leaving. What is a good mode to play that doesn't have double teamers? Like, Epic just needs to start cracking down. Oh, no. I swear to God, if this kid doesn't, I'm gonna find her IP address. How to find someone's IP address? I bet. Fuck you. Oh, fuck you. Okay. Now, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna come to your house. Do you make myself bleed? Okay. Yeah, I gotta shut up somehow.
It's Ryder. It's a Twix. Today, it's a
2 minutes left. Oh, great.
You're next.
Try to get at least one this time, Gordo.
All right, Gordon, you're up next.
Oh
Go.
my gosh.
And go. One. Wow.
Oh shit, now we got the range. Bullshit. Oh, stop. This is on the pump. Oh, miss. I want to take it. No, I want to kill someone with it. See it. Ain't no way, bro. I'm dead. I'm dead. No, I'm not. Bye, loser. Bye-bye, loser. Let's press pushing. Oh, we're still not ratting the intro like 10 times. Right. What the f— No game for you, buddy. Immediately. Octave and conveniently he's running.
Fortnite fam, welcome back to the FNCS Pro-Am. We are truly sorry for that. It seems there was a power outage. All of USC went down. It was crazy. Heat wave. Who knew? But it's okay. We're not going to let that kill our vibes, right? There was heat outside, but there's heat in these very walls right now because the first 3 games were unbelievable. Now, obviously, we didn't finish out Game 4. We're just going to go ahead and scratch that one out. I know.
Alright, man, we are just gonna.
Really quickly, maybe you're just kind of the leaderboard.
Yeah, you know, they were talking.
No, what the frick happened to my.
FNCS Major Finals participants. They are champions, both of them in the FNCS. So, you know, I'm not really surprised to see them at the top. The question is, they are very close to second, even third place. We were just speaking with Ron. He's feeling confident, but in that second place spot, it is Seti and Daya.
That's right. Mentals are good. Games are ready. So we're jumping right back into the action.
No, I'm trying to get some technical issues now.
And we are back for game number 4. the second half of the day. And honestly, from what we've seen before everything happened, we saw a little bit more confidence going down around the entirety of the lobby. Obviously, kind of helping those players that are a little bit more down on the leaderboard than we would kind of guess.
Steamy stack, so Vano, Reddish, they're gonna be the first ones to touch ground, and Vano immediately trying to pan to a separate direction, trying to see if there's anybody that he can look to take out. Reddish, slightly different mentality, wants to just prioritize that loop path.
I just saw it in the feed too. It looks like Booga's getting his hands dirty this time, taking down Peterbot early. Mongrel getting taken down by Nikov, and you're just seeing a lot of these contested fights break out relatively.
But can it work for more than 2 seconds? But I know for I could put it YouTube. No.
Dirty Docks. We kind of expected that there'd be a lot of motion happening once we saw Faxity and Reason decide to last-minute contest on the day. But even with the heads up from last night, even with Reason announcing it to everyone, we are going to that Dirty Dock strip. It still made things so difficult for Gun and Flakes today because everyone has just taken notice of that
It's just
action.
Fortnite.
That's kind of the thing, is everybody just kind of feeling each other out in the first couple of games.
It is literally just Fortnite, bro. I want to fucking punch this shit. Okay, I just like what is going on? That makes me funny, but that was YouTube, which of course you don't go live on YouTube. After the us, if everything worked properly, maybe like still offline, still has not plugged the stream. It's fucking cooked.
And now we got Ozzy versus Ollie. The almost full piece coming out from Ozzy. He is feeling the confidence. He probably heard the calm from Peter saying, bro, you have to get this guy off me. And now he's dancing, doing a little two-step on one side. Ozzy getting aggressive. And that's the thing. They are down further on the leaderboard than anyone would have expected. They need aggression. They need eliminations. And now that Peterbot won his, he said, yo, look, Pete, there's another.
It's not just that. Aussie pulling back. Peterbot likely telling Aussie, do not eliminate Ollie. Mongrel's already been taken out. We can focus him instead. We know that he's weak. We know that he's low, but Peterbot, it might have been a distraction. A fake out, if you will. As Aussie continues to try and chase out Mongrel, Peterbot is still watching, lying in wait for Ollie to expose himself.
I'm just saying, this is the Ozzy I really wanted to see. It feels like he's feeling himself right now. 4 shockwaves, breaks into the box, and he almost, oh, he does! Ozzy takes down Mongrel!
What?
This is what I came to see this weekend.
Peterbot was gassing Ozzy. I'm considering it a compliment when Peterbot says he's not as bad.
Damn. I gotta say this. Damn, bro. Let's see if Fortnite would finally work. Nope, Fortnite's still not working because Fortnite's an asshole. Like, come on, bro. Like, can't it display itself? Like, why does it always have to be like this complicated?
momentum.
And at the end of the day, honestly, it doesn't matter how many times you go down, as long as you can go ahead and get elimination from yourself to keep it relatively close. Nobody chasing them this time around, so we'll have a good opportunity to load up over on the eastern side of Slurpee Swamp for now, until they get sniffed out by any of the competition. But I also did see Somerset getting taken down to the feed by Savage and Lachlan.
Oh my god.
And she's forced to reboot. You notice she's not in the zone. She knows there's safety. There's time towards the outside, and that's exactly what she's doing.
Keep an eye though. Veno and Reddish could be in a little bit of trouble. They don't want to find themselves pincer between Courage, Cole, Thomas, Somerset, but Veno, he's exactly where he wants to be, tangoing with Seti. Gets that initial elimination and sends Seti packing.
Literally just stole that wall away. Didn't give Seti a chance to think about what he's going to do. But Lachlan, fresh rebooted back up. You see him, watching him like a hawk. Coyote is going to be able to, I was going to say get the knock, but it's Thomas HD who steals that one away on the Lachlan yet again. So for Coyote and Captain Chota, even though they're going to have to rotate on out, they have to figure out a way to kind of seal the deal on some of these eliminations.
Alright, well, the official Fortnite is back
And look,
up.
I understand that you're going to keep being brought back into this match.
Just get rid of it. Delete. Alright, man, since they're back up, according to they are 100% up right now. Yep, they're there.
With some of these builds, draw out a 1v1, and maybe Lachlan catching somebody off guard, dealing some damage. It is going to be doable. They have the crash pad as well, 6 of them to be exact for Mr. Savage. So being able to disengage, also an idea in the back of their minds.
But if it's up to Savage, he'd much rather just let Coyote and Shota rotate out first, and they'll just try to play catch up after the fact. But with Thomas and Somerset also so close by, Veno and Reddish too, you can never count out being third party. So as aggressive as Shota and Coyote want to be, they're gonna immediately jump into Lachlan's box one more time. He is sent back to the reboot cycle, and this is where it gets very difficult because now Savage shooting at the crash pad, even trying to ensure that nobody can give chase, but he's just so low on material, Jacob. He is fully just bailing out.
Yeah, he's going over towards Steamy. He has to look for scraps, 4 bandages. That's going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. But if he doesn't find anything from here on out, Savage will go down yet again, but at least he's given a chance to get Lachlan back in the game. Somerset, Thomas, they got that 1 elimination from the backside of the zone. And this is a strategy, talking about Thomas and Somerset. If they go down early, they will not be afraid to stagger themselves back in the zone because it's Slurp Rush, Taco. There are so many barrels to get that HP back up.
For sure, but even then, you don't want to keep allowing other teams to farm those individual elimination points off of you. And one team that certainly hasn't had any difficulties hunting for those elims might just be Peterbot.
Okay, yeah, sweet. Come grab this. Okay,
I got the pulse rifle.
Wait, the pulse rifle?
Yeah.
Yo,
We win.
All right, so you want the great? Here, take.
I think it's coming out.
I got his back wall. I'm in his box with him. Nice. That's not someone to rat on me, but that's chilling. Nice, good stuff, bro. You want me to come over and help you?
No, it was only.
Yikes. I kind of fear for the rest of the lobby. Mongo getting taken down twice, but the mythic pulse rifle in Peterbot's hands, you could deal so much damage by scoping in just like this from far away, or the hip fire spray kind of works similar to an SMG, so he is looted and booted, ready to go.
A couple of eliminations onto Mongrel, nice, sure enough, but Peterbot, he literally just said, we win. That is how confident he feels having this weapon at his disposal, Jacob, and the rest of the lobby, understanding the impact he might have, they're not going to try to stick around Slurpee Swamp much longer. They're all just trying to immediately rotate around it, but Thomas, the highlight reel is back with with this Mammoth pistol. They've been trailing behind Koyota and Captain Shota for so long. And now, Shota, Koyota paying the price.
I really believed in Thomas hitting that last shot at the last second. I thought it was going to be possible, but those are the dangers that you face around the entire lobby. If you kind of just get caught off guard for a second, the Mammoth pistol, especially a headshot, can change the game around in the blink of an eye. Zemi and Cooper, they have such a good loadout, at least in the former global championship hand in Cooper. Zemi's there, and Zemi, no stranger to third-party style events. He has some big wins under his belt as well.
Saw for a moment there, caught a glimpse, Peterbot Aussie just looking to take elevated peak position over Slurpee. They've got a pretty good idea of where some of the other teams are trying to rotate through. Queasy, Nick, a little bit more towards that front side.
Oh,
of
PK's
zone.
alive. Holy moly,
Burnley,
PK
Box,
actually
on a
finally
slightly hilled position.
90.
And Kanata, Ronaldo, they're just waiting for the traffic to come their way. They'll be more than prepared to look for those eliminations, but they want to prioritize the positioning.
You see Captain Shota just getting taken down yet again. Peterbot's the one that's going to clean up the elimination, but I believe the point actually does go over to Cooper and Zemi. And this is zone 6, 10 seconds left. Reboots will disable. So anybody that is eliminated now on respawn will have a chance to get back into the game. But Taco, as of now, reboots are disabled.
And that might just be worst case scenario here for Shota. He's trying to swing around. Fortunately for him, a little bit of indirect assistance from the lobby. Peterbot, Punish, loses half of his shield while trying to take those pot shots at Shota. And that is a big saving grace. But it might not make a difference for some of these other duos looking to rotate around Slurpee. Booga, typical gamer. Gotta be wary of what's lurking above.
Hey, Peterbot just continuing where he left off, just farming elim after elim after elim. Zone pulling towards the northwest or northeastern side of Slurpee Swamp here. Kind of back home for Peterbot and Ozzy, but for Seti and Gaia, they have a decent rotation. They can one-hop it to the front side of the zone. They can sacrifice the HP if they want to try to take some high ground, but for now, they're just trying to take it slow and steady. 7th zone, 5 more to go. You don't want to bite out more than you can chew at any moment.
And look, it doesn't need to be flashy. For Seti and Gaia, they've found a lot of success with consistency by just playing to their team's strengths. Both of these players are competent. They've got a decent amount of LAN experience and just in-game competitive knowledge, and they're letting it be put on full display here currently. Savage and Lachlan, they've been working a little bit chalked since that early start, but Shota just cannot escape Peterbot's vision. Peterbot just entirely too high up. The advantages are so steep, and that's going to be Shota knocked one more time by Peterbot. Ozzy knows his responsibility. Let me just keep the material count high.
Yep, they're on the high ground right now, and that resource management is going to be crucial if you're looking to take it and keep it from zone to zone to zone and not really have to use the shockwave. Underneath, though, Cooper, Zemi, they do have the front side of zone already underneath their grasp. They have the luxury to be able to wait here, Taco. They can wait for it to open up, shockwave to the front side of zone to keep their position, or they can use their materials and tunnel their way there.
But some of these teams that were leading towards that top end leaderboard in our top 3 position, they've got to be getting a little bit nervous seeing that elimination feed constantly light up with Peterbot's name and clicks. He's got a whole slew of problems right in front of him. Cooper and Zemi nearly taking him out. Lacey still a little bit left behind. Can he reunite? Crash pad gonna catapult him straight to the front side. He's building, he's boxing, but that's his last splash. Now he has to wait for Clicks to play catch up.
At least they've reunited into the same box. Clicks now taking charge, even giving up some of the heals on over to Lazy. They might have shockwave him out of zone one game, but they won't want to make that mistake again, especially with the leaderboard this close. As Reason getting a pair of eliminations. Stable Ronaldo now left by himself with Panada getting taken down, and he's somebody, we talked about his experience. He has a ton of it, but how much is it?
It's gotta be enough, Jacob. If anything, Ron's familiar with pressure, so he'll try to let that experience carry over into this type of solo clutch, but clutching is going to be so problematic. Everybody just getting so congested outside of Slurpee, and with Peterbot and Aussie fully controlling the flow of this lobby, we saw Faxity for a moment, but it was only just a shockwave, a crash pad. Everybody trying to just stay one step ahead of the pack.
It's going to be extremely difficult for anybody to look up and try to contest it because of that mythic pulse rifle. Just constant pressure coming down from Peterbot and Ozzy. Everybody can feel it, and even Peterbot's just going down low, making sure to reconnect. The FNCS strategies are coming out in full force. That's how serious Peterbot's taking the second half.
And look at Aussie from behind playing that supportive measure too. Peterbot, he's got open season on the rest of this lobby. All of these mid-tier, low-ground layers just getting smothered on top of each other. Peterbot and Aussie have a full chokehold on this lobby right now. But typical gamer, Booga, they're looking to try and make their debut. They're targeting their way through that secondary height. And Aussie, he's going to be forced to actually pull back. Took a little bit too much damage. He's going to have to wait for the heals to pay out. But now, Queasy still alive as a solo.
Shockwaving, destroying some builds, but giving him a little bit of cover to look through, but Lacey spots him out, gets the elimination. 10th zone, placement points have not even set in just yet. 11 teams still alive, relatively loose with a couple of players playing as solos, Booga being one of them. Lands a good shot onto Courage, but not enough to get that green light to go. Cooper, Zemi, they clean up Lacey, leaving Clicks by himself, and this is where players are falling left, right, and center. Clicks might be one of them because he's feeling the pressure.
And Clicks, he only has 2 builds left. Make that one build and a dream. Doesn't even get a chance to heal. He's gonna be taken out before he can continue trying to build up those placements. Zemi, Cooper though, one of our few healthy teams on the low ground, but can they escape Peterbot's vision? That's been the real deciding factor for so many of these teams. Courage also scrambling right next to them. Cole taking out Reason though. Very big troubles, very huge scenes though, as Courage finds his own elimination onto Jacob.
He just wiped the full duo out of the lobby. No siphon though, so 30 HP. The necessary time for that Chug to pop is now. Peterbot slowly but surely dropping down. They realize this one is all but over in their favor. 2 Shockwaves, half a Chug as well. More loot being passed up, but now they're contested. Flakes and gone, they're going up, but Peterbot's going out. He has the last grappler. He makes his way back to the zone. This is why he is king.
But Peterbot, he's got to get his way back towards where the zone is actually at. He doesn't want to find himself outside of it. Still has a Shockwave. He takes out Gone. That's going to be the massive refresh. All of these builds, Shockwaving up. One more tick could do it, but Peterbot barely managing to stay alive. He's on the high ground, and Aussie still right behind him. Aussie's going to play Disruptor on low.
You don't know who he is until you realize that is Fragger Aussie on the low ground, causing chaos. Peterbot's chopping down Cooper, sending him all the way down low to that low ground, and now that's his chance to put down pressure. Only 3 teams remain, and only one of them is a strong duo because Courage has just gone down. Cooper has no choice but to try to make a play. Everybody left alive is going to be solos. Cooper versus Cold in the backside of the zone as he takes down Courage.
But Cold, he's right there in the mind of Peterbot. Cooper trying to do what he can. Peterbot doesn't have a whole lot of HP to work with. He'll at least have the opportunity, though, from the high ground to play off these small shield potions. Cooper goes up, but Cooper gets knocked down! Peterbot with the clutch! We all know what he's capable of, and he is just continuing to deliver!
Both of these guys
Oh
are
my
playing
God.
in synchronization to make things happen when it matters
That's
most.
what the word
Ozzy
is,
dropped
Peterbot.
below ground. Peterbot
And,
doing
I don't know.
everything else. They waited to the second half, but they shown up and shown up big. Right, Frankie?
Well, they did show up big, and
Oh
you know
my
what?
God.
We know, Peterbot, you're the FNCS go, but please give it up for King Kangaroo!
I mean, I think for most of that end game, I was just trying to stay alive. I mean, you just let the best do what he does. I didn't really do much, but that was the whole plan.
You got 2 eliminations to your name. You were alive in that end game. How much difference did Aussie make to your game, Peter?
I mean, he stayed alive very long. I mean, he did his job.
You sound surprised.
No, I'm not surprised.
And we aren't either, because Aussie, stand up for me, please. Listen, I always look short, even standing next to you. So tell me, earlier I was speaking to the 2 of you, and it sounds like Pete's letting you IGL a bit.
I don't know about that. I think he just let me make one decision, but we're doing well. He's listening to my input. It's great. I mean, he's the greatest, but he still takes my advice. It's nice.
And your advice was to drop on Cooper and Zemi in game 2.
Okay, that sounds a bit bad. He wanted to go somewhere. I thought maybe that could be a play, but I love Cooper and Zemi, but...
It was your idea.
It was my idea.
I don't know why you credit it to Artie, but I just want to ask you one more question. You got your first victory royale in the bag now, Peter, but does this mean the next two are yours as well?
I said we're going to win the last 3 games to Ozzy, so.
All right, well, you heard the man. Let's see if he can make his prediction a reality after the break. Peter Bot, let's see everyone!
Oh, shoot. The most expected team to win, of course, won, bro. Peter Bot. It's here. Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite's still broken. Fortnite is still officially broken and it's kind of hard to. Okay, now it's fucking. That's fucking glitch as fuck. What the fuck is the problem with all this? Like, I'm still not understanding the problem. Okay, now it's only Fortnite that's working, so we're just gonna check the scores of every single person. Leaderboard. Cooper and Zemi are still first. Even though they lost, they still are number 1. Number 2 is Ozzy and Peterbot. 3 is settling Dania. 4 is Kanata and Stable Ronaldo. 5 is Plaza and Duke. 6 is Courage and Cold. 7 is Lacey and Clicks. 8th is Nicky and 13 Queasy. 9th is Vino and Percy. 10 is Lutherfoot and Thomas HD. And a surprising in events, Cypher, PK, and Wooksy moved up 1 place in front of Mongrel and Allier. They're officially last. Yeah, you know, yeah, not surprising. That's surprising. How much limbs do they have? Fierce speaking about. They should have. Dang, man. This might actually become really close. Anyways, we are now just gonna check out other stuff. Alright, man, now it's not working for freaking. I think it's broken as hell right now.
Fortnite fam, welcome back to the FNCS Pro-Am, where Peter Bot and Ozzy just got a victory royale!
Yeah, Zeke's voice is a little rough if you can't tell. He's quite excited.
I'm gonna pass out, that's crazy. What in the world? Okay guys, I knew Vivid was up here during this little game, all right, while we're off camera, and we both kind of looked at each other. There was a very key moment in this game. We tune in to Peterbot very, very early, and I said, Vivid, what's that yellow gun there? He's like, are you talking about the Mythic Pulse? I'm like, wait. They start the game with a Mythic Pulse? Game over. GG's.
I love that you bring up the start of the game because honestly, their domination was all the way from the beginning. Peterbot going after Mongrel, Ozzy also going after Ali A, but there was a moment there where he could have gone more on the aggressive of Ali A after Mongrel was down, and you could see them talking to each other. I'm guessing that they were saying to back out, that we want to try and go for more elimination points. We know that's where Peterbot's the strongest, so instead of getting them both down right away, let them reboot, and then we can get more points.
And that is exactly what they did, racking up elimination after elimination, but this is what they needed. 7th place is where they were going into this match. They needed a big game to have a good shot at lifting up that trophy. It reminds me of the 2024 Global Championship. You see Queasy win a game, Peterbot in the background kind of eyeballing him down, cold-blooded, and now he has gotten that victory royale once again. I'm sure he's shot himself up that leaderboard, and we can actually take a look right now at the standings. Second place from 7th to 2nd place in a single match, just a couple points, few points separating from Cooper and Zemi.
3-point difference between 1st and 2nd, 2nd and 3rd. Zeke, we just have 2 more games left and things are so close.
Oh my gosh, we have a listen in from that game. Let's take a listen.
We're putting on a flippin' show.
Let's go, bro. Let's heck and get him.
You can come with me if you want, but like I don't think you'll need to.
No, dude, you're chill. You do you, bro. You do you.
Yeah,
Be great, man. Be great. You good? Yep.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Bro. I just want to put myself between. I'm just going up, bro.
Kill him.
Did he go underneath? He went underneath.
Try
I'm
to kill
shocking
Ali
on him. Killed him.
Nice, bro. Good job.
Let's go, baby. I'm sorry, Margot.
2 slurp. Got a body?
Yeah, 1 sec. I'm just trying to like not die, but also go for
Oh my god,
something
I'm
here.
good.
You good?
Cool.
You good? 2 builds. 1 build. Bro, you're crazy. Let's go, bro. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god,
insane, bro. I just cannot believe in that moment when the shockwave back up to high ground. He's literally getting eaten alive by the storm, and he should have gone down. I'm talking milliseconds there before he just finds his way just barely outside his zone and then goes on to win that game, Kelly.
Also, is Ozzy Antics better than Mongrel and Mr. Savage?
He did eliminate Mr. Savage in the practice matches yesterday, and now he eliminates Mongrel today on show day. But look, Cooper and Zemi, we have to talk about them. They took home the win on the first match, and now getting 2nd place in the hands of Peterbot. I'm telling you, it's a repeat of the Global Championship. Pete did not want to let that one slide, but Cooper and Zemi have been playing incredibly consistent, and it's exactly what they need to do to maintain themselves in the 1st place spot.
To be in a final 3 teams and to literally be a solo player against Peterbot and Ozzy and Cold and Courage and to still have your composure, that is why Cooper is a global champion. And to get 2nd place as well, to get these eliminations, just leading them to victory. And although it is a 2nd place, if you are going to be in this solo situation, this is a best case scenario.
Any other player gets hit by that shockwave, but it had to be Peterbot. It had to be Peterbot, and it took Cooper half a millisecond to get eliminated. This is gonna be interesting.
Guys, I don't know if you remember this. Hold on, that's right. So Cooper's a global champion, and he won when it was a 1-day format. So could we see history repeat itself?
I think that is definitely a likely possibility, especially looking at the stats there from Cooper. An average placement of 3.8 out of 20 teams is a pretty dang good placement.
Definitely good odds. We do have 2 more matches to be played out, so you know all they have to do is keep it up. But look how close it is. You said it, 3 points from 1st to 2nd, and right behind them, we can't put them out yet. Seti and Daya in 3rd place with 41 points. This is still anybody's game.
Where are they? Like, what is going on? We're never seeing them, and yet they're in 3rd place?
No, we see them. We see Seti a lot in the end game as well, and obviously Daya being an incredible competitor. We do see them honestly frequently in the end game, so it doesn't surprise me too much to see them in 3rd place. I think what we should have seen is their names a lot earlier in the people's predictions. A lot of people just kind of overlooked them, and obviously they're not going to be overlooking them now.
They are so stealth mode right now. I mean, this is crazy. Also, Cold and Courage JD in that last game. Courage said, half break? All right, I'm waking myself back up. In case you guys didn't see, he was out here doing push-ups not that long ago and then goes on to put on a performance like this? Okay, okay.
I think he needs to do push-ups more often in between games. I think that might honestly get the juices going because he was doing such a good job there, following Cold T to T, box to box, doing such a good job running that low ground, getting so many eliminations and kind of just pushing everyone else out of the way.
I'm actually loving this so much from Courage. I want to repeat what we said before, but Courage literally played more tournaments this past week than he had from 2020 to now, and he is keeping up with Cold. He is staying together with his teammate. The chemistry is looking amazing, and I am honestly incredibly impressed with how they've been performing.
Look, Courage is an OG, all right? This guy has been around competitive play for a very, very long time. And I can just, you know, we definitely appreciate that he's been putting in that work, and it shows. Like, obviously, when the camera comes on, he's gonna be Courage, right? Loud, funny, gonna make you, you know, laugh every single time. But when that bus launches and he jumps out, it's serious time.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it from even 2 weeks ago. He immediately started practicing as soon as we saw. I think he got a little nervous when he saw that Cold, you know, the reigning Major 2 champ, was announced, and he wanted to bring the energy that we're seeing right now to all of you and to prove to not just himself but to everyone that yes, I might have been the second place Fortnite first Pro-Am, but I'm here again and I haven't dropped anything.
It's what you love to see from the 2018 Pro-Am second place, now once again here in 2025. He talked about eating 12 bananas. He talked about the push-ups. Maybe it's these routines that are helping him out, but all we know is we've got 2 games left and they've got to make it happen.
Dude, I don't even know how this ends, right? Again, with moment to moment, this could change. This could be mad chaotic. I mean, I'm still, you know, where is Clix and Lacey, right? We kind of saw that last game. Lacey did kind of get picked off, kind of got cornered there for a situation, but Clix is still being Clix, right? This is still looking like Major 2 Clix.
You could not put anybody out of the competition. We saw what Peterbot and Ozzy just did. They went from 7th to 2nd place, almost first in a single match. They're still in the top 10. All they need is one good game again, and they are more than capable of getting it.
Yeah, still being in 7th place right now. I mean, if you look at the points, they're about 18 points below, which is obviously a big chunk, but we know that Clix can really lock in. We've seen Clix go for those W key games, so I definitely think there's a possibility of them to jump up the leaderboard, just get a few more elims and points, and set themselves up in the top.
I'm curious, do we think that with 2 games left to go, I mean, clearly the competition is fierce. Do we just say, that's it? Everyone swap up your drop spots. We're going for the first place. We're landing on them. We want to win. Let's take them out. And then suddenly we're feeling like that invitational once again.
I mean, if everyone changes up their drop spots, then no one changes up their drop spots, right? I don't know if that just kind of makes everything.
I'm up for it. I'm up for it. Okay, Alex kicked it off, kind of splitting up with where Loser Fruit was dropping. So maybe, you know, in the last game, I don't know if this next one, but maybe the last match of the day, we'll see something interesting.
How have you guys been enjoying this? I mean, this is just so chaotic. What's crazy too is like no 2 games have felt like the same. And sometimes in the episodes forget that, right? It's like, oh, high ground win. Okay, high ground win. Oh, low ground win. You know, and it's similar, but this is just like, you look over and you're like, okay, I guess Peterbot just has a mythic pulse. I don't know.
I mean, we keep talking about these practice games, and what we saw was a lot of heal-off potential. And I think a lot of these players initially in games 1 and 2 had a lot of heals going into the end game, but I think they're starting to realize that this is more, I don't think we've actually seen a heal-up just yet. It's been way more aggro.
I honestly thought there was going to be more heal-offs, especially looking at the practice games from yesterday. It's what I thought might happen, but we haven't seen that. Even Cooper and Zemi in the first match were saying, Cooper said, you know what, we don't even need to go high. Let's just drop low. We'll get more eliminations. We'll get more opportunities, and it's working out for them so far.
Cooper and Zemi, man, they are just so good right now. I also did want to highlight in that last game, we got to finally see Thomas HD and Somerset. Thomas HD with that gold mammoth in hand, and I thought, guys, this is it. Game over, but it's a very difficult competition overall, right? I thought it was just going to be put a mammoth in Thomas HD's hand, but bro, there's just so much talent literally in every single corner of this map. With 2 games left to go, anything can happen.
100%. I mean, Peterbot and Alex were tied for the most eliminations. 3rd place, it was Thomas HD with that mammoth in hand. We saw him hitting his shots, getting those eliminations. Now, unfortunately, they didn't make it as far into the end game as they would have liked, but hey, you still got 2 matches left. You can still make it happen.
Yeah, that one shot onto Shota and then almost eliminating Koyota as well was absolutely phenomenal. And that's what we expected out of Thomas HD, especially with the Mammoth. You know that Vivid was very excited when he saw that in Thomas HD's hands. But like you said, they're so good at this early and mid game, but being able to kind of control this end game, which is so much more chaotic than the normal FNCS, which is affecting both of them, honestly. Thomas HD and Somerset are more used to that standard mode, but I'm used to some more Fortnite.
Yes, let's go. Game number 5 is ready. So casters, back over to you.
Thank you so much. And with 2 games left, one of the biggest things I've noticed while looking at that leaderboard, this isn't as elimination heavy as we thought it was going to be. It's come down to straight consistency throughout these 4 games.
You say that, but when Peterbot and us here in the lobby, especially Peterbot, eliminations might actually be the real recipe for success. But we got game 5 ready to go.
This is their second to last chance to figure out a way to make up for lost time when it comes to that leaderboard. You go ahead and find yourself in a situation to where you can take more chances, get a little bit more aggressive, figure out a way to close that gap with eliminations, because Taco, it's been the 10th zone more times than not that has been granting the placement points because teams just won't go down.
But if you think about it, with Cooper and Zemi leading by just 3 points on that leaderboard in the penultimate game before today's final lobby, that's a lot of pressure, Jacob. Even for a seasoned competitor like Cooper and Zemi, it's still just so much bearing down on their shoulders, but they've got to see it through.
Yeah, especially if you're in first place, trying to play your game calmly, cool, collected, and then you just see the name in the feed lighting up with eliminations. It's almost going to force some teams to get more and more aggressive. Contested drop, though, this time around. Veno does look like he was getting aggressive over towards the boom and base onto Podesai and Nikov. Nate Hill's in the distance as well. And these are the type of strategy I expected to see. Game 5, Veno's able to land a good shot, but he is going to go down. We already saw Reddish at Simi's stack, so we know where he's going to get rebooted at.
For a moment, it seemed like that was going to be turned on its head there for Podesai, but Nikov still had the backup necessary just in case things went south. And now, Frenchie's just looking to try and ensure that they have boom and base completely locked down. Veno dropping back in, though. Probably just happy about the fact that he wasn't beamed out of the sky like we've been witnessing so often here today.
Yeah, and I've already saw on the feed, we got Mongrel, Olliade, both going down respectively. But there's just so much action going down. Let's jump into Vaxity and Reason.
Nice. Oh my! What happened? Oh my god! I got the luckiest thing ever! Of every exotic weapon! Okay, nice. Oh my god!
Oh my gosh. Is that like a 0.00001% chance to get every exotic in that one chest? They gotta be the ones to look at for this game.
Not even 1 in a million, like 1 in a billion odds there, it seems like, Jacob. But that is everything just completely dropped at Reason's feet. Him and Vaxity have got to pop off this lobby. There will never be a clearer sign that this is your game. And remember, Vaxity said it himself earlier when we were talking to him. We're gonna bring home at least one. Please let it be this one.
This is their best chance with the loot that they have, as Alex just getting aggressive time and time again, fresh off the reload, but he gets taken down yet again. Loser Fruit barely have gotten enough time to reload back into this game before Alex going down. They're just kind of hoping, they're praying that they got some sort of landing spot to go ahead and land at, and then maybe they can worry about loot. But Regs saw the reboot. She's going fresh after Loser Fruit.
And Regs, she might have even alerted Flakes and Gone that their prey has now been fully intercepted. They're gonna opt to just prioritize farming up a little bit of material, taking a moment to pause here, really scope out the scenery. But a little look back sees on what was taking place with Ronaldo and Cypher PK completely cornered by Kanata and Ron. A real strong tag team effort.
Yeah, and you see that box was literally on fire. There was no way for Cypher to really escape besides going at him, and almost looks like he got farmed again by Ozzy this time around. Moxie's trying to stay alive, get these reboots, but this is the last place on this entire island I would want to try to stay alive to get the reboots, because Cypher is getting the Ollie A treatment.
But Cypher will manage to escape Peterbot for the time being. How much longer, though? Aussie just gonna continue the conversation instead, pick up where Pete left off. That's some heads-up awareness from his duo mate, and that's the kind of chemistry that we've been witnessing come out really strong for Aussie and Peterbot at times. And Jacob, 5th matchup, 3 points away. I cannot emphasize on it enough, because that is such an easy striking range. Only 3 eliminations, and they've already got like 2.
And right now, you started as a 3-point game, like you just said. Well, guess what? It is literally a 1-point game, barring if Cooper and Zemi don't got elims, as Moxie lands a good shot onto Ozzy, but it's Peterbot the one you have to worry about. He dives straight in, gets the elimination, and he's just showboating yet again. Peterbot is putting on a show today.
This is where that mental fortitude's got to come into play for some of our competitors, when Peterbot is just nonstop emoting on everybody's body. And Savage, he might be next in the lineup if he's not careful, but it's Mr. Savage after all. He's gonna have a little bit of bite back. Pete's got to be wary. He can't just openly aggress into Savage's box. He might even shift his focus towards Savage's duo mate, Locky. He's got to stay closer to where Savage is at. Peterbot from overhead. Peterbot cracks Savage's shields entirely. Peterbot knocks Savage, and that's just another elimination added up.
Peterbot just said, I thought you retired. Maybe let me lend you a hand going back on over there. Lachlan just trying to stay alive. Like I said, this is the last place you want to be a solo, trying to keep your team alive, because they're going to see it. They're going to jump. Now they're pouncing onto Lachlan. They know Savage just got rebooted. He is on the clock, and time is definitely ticking.
But it doesn't even matter what's happening here for Lachlan and Mr. Savage. More importantly still, Cooper and Zemi, you've got to be panicking a little bit. You're watching that lead get completely flipped upside down, because Peterbot and Aussie are just relentless. They are farming Lachlan and Savage, and one more elimination off of Lachlan. Peterbot with 4 already. There's got to be some form of a disengage, but Savage, he'll meet his end. A full duo wipe. And that might actually be the best case scenario, though, for Zemi and Cooper.
100% best case scenario, because now there's nobody to farm out of the sky. And just like that, Peterbot and Ozzy have a 2-point lead over the competition and are not looking to slow down yet. Ozzy looking over, seeing that team building up on top of Slurpee Swamp into the distance. He said, yo, Pete. And he's just sharing up that information and letting him decide where they want to push next.
Never count out Clix and Lacey, though. They might want to be the first team to possibly repeat Victor Royale 2 on the day. And I like the fact that they're playing with so much patience. They don't need to do anything reckless. They've scouted out that Lucifer and Alex are on the bridge. And now, while Lucifer is trying to take this opportunity to heal, Alex left by himself. He's going to have to play support. He's going to have to try and prevent Clix and Lacey from pushing them entirely. And he's done enough. That's all he was really after, was just keeping Loser Fruit safe.
Yeah, because you don't want to get stuck. This is 5th zone. This is the danger zone for when you want to start to position and maybe not take those risky fights, because if you go down, get reloaded back into this game, there's almost nowhere for you to land, or nowhere safe at that. Especially for 7th zone, that's when reboots will be disabled. As Thomas, Somerset, 5 eliminations. A good portion of those were on NECA at 30, as Reddish is now taking her share of that point gain, taking him down yet again. They're just trying to take that slow rotation. Even with launch pads around, they know it's too risky to expose yourself with the mammoths, the snipers, and how dangerous so many players are with their aim.
Now, I like this from Thomas, just taking a lower elevation, using some of that natural map terrain, but when you see these pre-existing builds heading up to the high ground, Gotta be really careful. You never know what might be waiting for you. And Coyota actually gonna be the one with that mythic. Oh, sorry, this is dangerous scenes here, but Coyota doesn't get the opening shot he was hoping for. Shota now gonna look to try and back up his dual mate. Coyota trying to give chase, but he's just getting blocked off even from his own shots.
He was able to land one shot, but just a little bit too late. Somerset's there. They're trying to alleviate some of that pressure, and he's being so quick and predictive, trying to capture off guard, but no, it's Thomas that takes the big shot. Luckily for him, already pre-popped the legendary slurp juice, so the shield's going to take some time to get back on up, but it's well on its way. Playing defensive from one end, but it's forced to leave Somerset in a 1v2 situation versus Coyota and Shota. But this is great work by her, playing defensive, making sure that it's not going to be a free push, which allows her to reunite with Thomas HD.
The problem that Thomas kind of scoped out is Cold and Courage. They were just constantly spraying into where Thomas and Somerset were at. They're not going to allow them to key any further towards Coyota and Shota. It's just not safe. It's not worth the risk. Thomas knows better. And he's going to opt to just fall back, wait for the lobby to kind of settle in a little bit deeper into the zone.
And that's a scary box fight if you end up against Coyota. One of the few weapons in the game right now with that mythic charge shotgun that can actually hit a one pump. So you have to be careful, because that could have been a much different situation. Veno, Reddish, still going around the outskirts of the map towards the outside, finding a lot of the different barrels that are left behind. The bigger the barrel, the more the HP, and that's something they're going to utilize in open water.
This is very familiar scenes though for Veno. He loves his dead side rotations, and it's a good heads up play. You want to stay away from where so much of the attention is being drawn more towards that center zone, and with the way that they're basing up on a little bit of elevation, they might even have a great opportunity to kind of just pick off some other late straggler rotating teams.
Now the 6th zone, 50 seconds, and it will begin to close. So it's about 2 minutes, Taco, to reboots, or you can see in 45 seconds they're going to start to be disabled because it's already closing. Lacey's feeling the pressure. Now is not the time to go down. Ozzy's even pickaxing, trying to take control of these pieces. They know danger is looming around any one of these corners, and as soon as they drop down, they start to feel that feeling of safety, but it doesn't slow down. They're the focus of the lobby as of now.
They're barely getting just the smallest opportunities to try and restore some of that shield, but Clicks, Lazy, they're just gonna shockwave out. They're gonna take their odds, just catapulting themselves further, but the lobby is not letting up. Clicks so incredibly low. Lacey cracked as well. Queasy on the other end of things, but Flakes, he sees the white ticks. He wants to keep barreling them with pressure, and Clicks, Lacey, they are just at their wits' end. They're practically out of material. If anybody else even spots out the fact that they're under so much heavy fire, they might just look to steal this one away from the rest of the lobby.
I gotta admit, it was Reason and Faxity. They have that exotic red eye, which means there's explosive damage, destroying a lot of those builds, which kind of started that lobby focus in general. Bad luck for Clicks and Lazy, because now they just have very, very few materials. Reboots disabled. They're going to need an important elimination if they're looking to get back into this game. Kanata, Stable Ronaldo looking through these cones, trying to figure out when and where they have to rotate. They spot out Faxity and Reason. They don't even know the treasure trove they behold right above them.
That's a good hold though by Faxity, not allowing those floors to get fully chopped out. Kanata and Ron, they're going to have to default to a different strategy, and that might just be crash padding forward, trying to make sure they stay closer towards that front side. So many of our teams, though, have just been kind of duking things out in the low ground here, Jacob. And Clicks, Lacey, they're going to have to be a part of that because they need a refresh, probably more than everybody else that's still left standing right now.
Yep, 3 builds split between the 2 players. Hooper, Zemi already starting to rotate on over. There's a couple of chances here for Clicks and Lacey to start to get aggressive, but they're just waiting to catch somebody off guard. A nice maybe 200 damage, and it's Ozzy, the ones that looks like they're going to pounce on him first. Peterbot already made his way on out, and now he's going to be by himself because they go ahead and take down Ozzy and get the loot they desperately need to stay alive.
But it's just not enough material. Lacey still has 0 builds to work with, and there are shots coming in from every direction. They're just playing a little bit too close towards that backside of zone. Teams know that this is an injured duo. They are not healthy enough to keep pressing forward, but Jacob, he's lost in the fray. Cammy gonna be the only one left standing now at that duo, and Thomas with that mammoth pistol trying to see if he can take somebody else's head off.
This is where you really have to be careful and thoughtful of your shockwaves and your crash pads, because someone just like this is going to deal so much damage just like that. Queasy just gets deleted out of the sky, and their chances for high ground go out the window, because it looks like it's Thomas HD and Somerset's turn to claim it as their own.
And Thomas all too happy to take over, but that's where things went south for Jacob. Just beam from the sky. No rotation is safe when you've got somebody like Thomas on high ground with that mammoth. But look at Faxity and Reason. Reason said he's feeling lucky, but he's gonna need more than luck to make his way up this hill face. Thomas Somerset already beamed to the punch. Peterbot, no Aussie, but Peterbot, he's been here before, Jacob, and the last time we saw him, he managed to make it work.
With only 2 shockwaves though, all that's left, that's his primary rotation to make it from point A to point B. But he does have blue pump and the gold mammoth. 1 pump around any corner, just like that. Nick at 30 is gonna go down. Another point for that elimination, but this is now top 10. Now every team that goes down, you get placements.
But Seti, Daya, they were just sneaking their way up the hill face. Somerset, Thomas, too distracted. They're dealing with Peterbot right in front of them, but Somerset crash padding up. Typical Gamer nearly getting taken out. Typical Gamer actually gonna force Somerset to drop ultimate low. No, she's gonna try to go back up to her height, but Booga, he's already got control. Booga and Typical Gamer now fully taking over the high ground, and they gotta deal with Pete in the middle of it.
He's ready to challenge solo, teammate. He's somebody that's willing to go and risk it all for what he wants. But Booga, TG, you see they're running out of builds. It's Typical Gamer taking the charge, leading the IGL, the tarping, but in comes Peterbot yet again, taking down the shields of Booga, but he is limited with his resources, only 3 builds, so he can't break down into an all-out fight.
All the while, Seti Daya in the low ground. This could be the optimal position because the heavy work is being done for them. The lobby is thinning itself out. Kanata might even be able to find another knock. No, he needs the refresh more than ever. Podesai spotted out. The wood box not going to keep him safe for much longer, but Kanata forced to close off the wall. Scouts that it's Cooper and Zemi in the low ground, cutting him off, stealing that loot away from him.
Cooper and Zemi finally getting eliminations. They're playing towards that consistency. We know throughout the course of this game, Peterbot and Ozzy have taken away that first place, but there's still 6 teams that need to go down, which is 6 placement points. And he has that mythic charge shotgun, 1 pump potential for him. Peterbot, he's got a little bit of arsenal, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 1v1 versus Kanata. No siphon, no matters. Both of them go down.
Peterbot making sure that Kanata goes with them. Typical Gamer still on height with Booga, but Daya, Seti, they're still up and kicking. Reason, Faxity to the high ground. Reason, Faxity seem like they want to be the ones to take over height. The challenge is a success. They're now on top. Typical Gamer stuck in the mid-ground. Everybody getting trapped inside the castle here at Fort Crumpet, and Typical Gamer will fall.
There might have been over 4 million different timelines looking through, but this might be the one where Faxity, a late entrant into the competition, could come out, but he's having a couple of hiccups from up, down, left, right. His HP's out the window, but Cooper staggering himself back. His only chance was left of the Chug Jug. He has to figure out a way in because he's the only solo left versus Seti and Daya. Faxity and Reason, the 2 strong duos, but they run into Cooper. Then he goes down. Reason is the one that's firing down from above. Hell and Brimstone with that red eye.
I like that! Faxity and Reason, they just need to close it. Reason gets the final blow, and Seti and Daya, they are out of here. Reason and Faxity, this is your moment. This is your victory royale.
The brothers are on top. You said it yourself. He guaranteed 1. And that guarantee, that prophecy has just been fulfilled. We need to feel and see how they're feeling with Frankie.
Why are you saying sorry to Reason, Faxity?
Because he told me don't do anything stupid and I died.
You got nervous. For Reason, you got the victory royale!
Fucking go, man. Oh, I'm so happy. That was a nice win, but I told Fax don't do anything stupid, and he just jumps off height. By the way, Fax, you want to say it?
What happened? Oh, shout out to Mar. We love you, bro. If you're watching from home, Thank you. We're trying to win for you, bro.
Yeah, and he is going to give you all of his prize money. He told me that earlier this week. Now stand up, boys, so everyone can see you, please, because everyone in the Galen Center obviously wants to give you their support right now. Reason, what was your reaction when you found out you were going to be playing with this man?
I mean, I was happy. I like him. He's good. It was fine.
And has he taken you by surprise? I mean, you just got a victory royale. You've only been playing together for a couple of days.
No, he's been playing good. He's actually been playing good. I've been advising him a bit. He's good now.
And in fact, I have to say, one of the highlights of this entire event has just been watching your shenanigans on the internet. But you're showing you can also put your money where your mouth is, because you're here with me right now. Have you got anything to say to people at home watching, supporting you?
I appreciate you guys. We're going to try to win last game as well. Let's keep doing what we do.
Do you think you can? Yeah, of course you can.
Shout out to Germany, shout out to all my viewers, and nur der HSV.
Dankeschön. I mean, he's one of the most popular streamers in Germany. I'm sure they're all wishing you well, even though it's past your bedtimes, Germany. Right, guys, we have got to take a short break. But when we come back, everything is going to be on the line. Don't go anywhere. Guys, give it up! Reason and Faxity!
Oh man. Yeah, bro. Some of these things are just here for the Just there for the vibe. Some teams are just there for the vibe, man. It's good. Hope it doesn't crash it again. Ooh, bro. Let's go, man. Ah, this game playing. Yep. Oh, wait, what? Oh shit!
Welcome back, Fortnite fam, to the
What's up?
FNCS Pro-Am. We've got a bit of a predicament on our hands. That's going into the last game. There's a 1 point difference between first place and second place. More on that in a second because we got to highlight Faxity and Reason getting a victory royale. Bro, Reason opening that chest at the beginning of the game and the exotics pouring out. Jacob said, like, I don't even know how many zeros. The percentage chance is so small. And they literally take that on to getting a victory royale.
I mean, hey, listen, you find the loot, you make the most out of it, you go ahead and win the game. That's kind of like back-to-back games when you think about it, right? Pete getting that mythic pulse right from the last game, instantly switching over the couple exotics for Reason and Faxity to work with. They then win the game. That's what you love to see right there.
You can see Faxity's reaction from where he limbed himself to fall damage, but hey, dude, it was meant to be. You talked about the odds of getting that loot. Reason was able to close it off. He said, you know what, don't worry, I got you. I said don't mess up, and you went down to fall, but they still got the job done.
That was almost career ending for both of them, right? A couple missed shots by Reason, but Faxity slipping up, you know.
I was really concerned there for a moment because I was like, yo, Daya can clutch these situations.
Yeah.
You got to be real careful. And it's crazy too because remember, Seti, Daya, they're still up there on the standings. So if that had gone the other way, this could be very, very scary. But of course, why don't we get ready to take a look at these standings? Because, yeah, like I mentioned, we are a 1 point difference. Going into game number 6, Aussie Antics, Peterbot, 57 points, Cooper and Zemi, 56. But the kicker, Tokata, Seti, and Daya, 54.
It's going to be absolute cinema going into this last match. 3 points is the difference from third to first place. You couldn't have asked for a better last match here at the Pro-Am. And not only that, Reason Faxity weren't even in top 10 going into that match. They're in 6th place now. You can see just how much that leaderboard can change in a single match.
Crazy stuff. I mean, we got Peterbot storming to the top of the leaderboard. Obviously, very, very elimination heavy. Then you got Cooper and Zemi every single time we tune into an end game. They're there consistently. Going into the last game, Zeke, I don't know. Would I take that elimination play style? Would I take that placement style? I mean, speaking about placement styles, though, another duo that we keep seeing in the end game, Seti and Daya. I mean, nobody was talking about them, and here they are, 3rd place.
You love to see it. I mean, on paper, this duo looks insane. Global champion, Daya coming from a win at the Milk Cup, and now they have been incredibly consistent in Cami-Seti style, getting to that end game. I love to see them doing it as well with Daya and Seti. So close to getting that victory royale, but they still have one match to make it happen.
Man, anything can happen. And keep in mind, we could just say, hey, why don't we just land on the top 3, right? Like, why don't we just take it invitational style, just end the tournament right here, right now? Peterbot is one that could do that, right? Like, with 3 duos rather going into this last game, all kind of battling it out. Y'all have to keep your eye on the elimination feed. You got to make sure you're following. Okay, if one goes down, where's that other player? Are they safe? Because we need the reload.
You've got to imagine, though, right? That's something that we've actually already seen. Game 2, Peterbot and Aussie trying to actually go over their land on them, but they didn't actually end up working out. Is that going to kind of play a part into that decision-making? Like, oh, listen, we already tried that. Didn't work out. We should not do it again.
That's the big question, because there's 3 duos that are in that 3-point difference from first place. But if they all start battling it out at the start of the game and they all get eliminated, then it's free pickings for everyone else.
I still am blown away by that exotic chest, bro. And the fact that Faxity and Reason got a victory royale. We have a listen in from that last game. Let's check it out.
I'm up. Is he build fighting? Is he almost in?
No.
How many builds do you have? I have 7.
I have 10.
100.
Right here, 100.
Dead.
Nice.
I think I'm going for that.
Yeah, go.
Watch out, you don't get shot.
Oh my god.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Dead.
I'm front. Ready?
They blocked each other. Straight.
I'm front.
1v2.
Nice. I'm front.
Don't do anything dumb. Don't do anything dumb.
I'm not. I fell. No. Come on. No, please. Come on, Razan. No. Come on.
Bro, I'm telling you, like I said, you got to be careful. Daya can clutch those situations, and for a moment, I was like, no, it's over, Reason. But again, those exotics, bro, those exotic weapons, so rare, so powerful.
I mean, that's just why we love Faxity, right? I mean, the guy gets shockwaved in the storm by his teammates just laughing at it. He's like,
it's good.
Just having a good time.
Said, no worries. Look, they both kind of made a little mistake there, but hey, the win is what matters.
Guys, the last game, the 2025 FNCS Pro-Am is ready. Who will take home the trophy for the last time today? Take it away, casters.
This is ridiculous. Easily the highlight listening of the day so far, though. Reason and Faxity, they might have brought it home in Game 5, but that leaderboard is entirely too tight for comfort, Jacob. It's a 3-horse race.
I know we can honestly see one of the first times where the winner of the game wins the entire thing. That would just be the cherry on top, but I just love how close, how entertaining this entire thing has been.
Look, if you're not excited after what just happened in Game 5 and even all the lobbies before that, I don't know what to tell you, because this is peak entertainment for both of us, especially. We've got the best seat in the house.
Yeah, I just want to know, anybody in the chat, anybody watching at home, who is going to win? Who do you guys think? I'll be looking to see what names you guys are typing. Everybody in the arena, I think they all have their favorites as well. Peterbot fans, the Clicks fans, and I want to see Clicks. He already has one win today. If he can figure out a way to bring that back, you know, who knows what can happen.
Game 6 might just be absolute mayhem, though, because some of our creators, some of our pros, maybe they decide, hey, what if we just make some uncontested off-spawn fights, now some heavy slugger matchups? Anybody might just decide that they want to break out of the mold and do something different. It is Game 6 after all.
Yeah, I want to see if maybe Cooper, Zemi, they were at the top spot at one point or another. They kind of lost it throughout the course of that last game to Peterbot and Ozzy due to their aggression, getting eliminations. But now that this is the last game, do we even see mind games happening with Peterbot and Ozzy? Maybe they don't get as aggressive because they know teams probably have to catch up to them.
Look, Peterbot has been here so many times before. It is very difficult to really tackle what might be going through his mind currently, but if anything, I'm still expecting him to lead the charge. I'm still expecting him to just treat this like every other lobby before, and he might even take matters into his own hand and just look to be that difference maker with the off-spawn contest.
Yeah, now as I keep thinking about some of these other teams, SETI and Daya going into this, I think they're probably one of the more consistent teams that we've seen make endgame after endgame after endgame, time and time again. And even Daya, they're having an opportunity to win it all. And I almost think anything other than exotic loot, Daya might win that 1v2.
Oh, I don't want to say easily, because it's still Reason, right? He's still the pro player at the end of the day. But Game 6, everything on the line here. Let's see who brings it home.
Game 6 shots. Game 6.
All of our competitors know that this is their last chance, the last stop
What if
the
it dies?
BattleBus is going to make in the 2025 FNCS Pro-Am here at the Galen Center. I better hear you guys get real loud for these pros as we seal the deal on what comes next.
Things kind of staying the same over towards the dirty docks. All three teams landing here. Reason, Faxity, they're landing towards the outside, just trying to get what scraps are left behind. You see some rare chests there, but Savage and Lachlan said, you know what? With everything on the line here in this last game, let's just contest one of the greatest of all time, Peterbot and Ozzy, and see if we can try our luck. If we take them off the map, you got to imagine that opens up possibilities for more and more elims.
And this might not be what Savage was looking for, though. Booga going to temporarily prevent Peterbot from outright keying Savage, but Peterbot, he has other plans in mind. He's looking for that fight regardless. Savage just trying to keep this wall closed off long enough, but Pete already immediately looking to take it. Savage scrambling, ducking every which way, but Savage, he just can't get the return blow he needs. Savage is gonna fall, but Peterbot's gonna let him know what's up.
That's just disgusting. It was almost like Peterbot playing with his food with a couple of those edits. Instantly gets the upgrade with a shotgun, so now he's gonna have the Thunder. With the red eye, they're saying, hey, just keep on coming. Savage gets reloaded right above. That's where they're gonna look up and try to land the shots, but just a little bit too late and slow to go ahead and attack that one. And that gives it up to Booga and Typical Gamer.
Heads up play, though, from either Typical Gamer or Booga, not sure which one, but shooting shots to Peterbot so that he can't continue to try and apply pressure there. And poor Lachlan, he's just caught in the center of all of this. He can't even afford to leave because you've got Aussie up on heights at Slurpy Swamp. Savage doing what he can to see if he can finagle his way out of this one. But with two separate teams just hawking you down, what odds do you really have of making something out of this match?
You almost just gotta hope Peterbot gets bored and goes and moves on to somebody else that could potentially get rebooted. Lachlan's only chance is just kind of hide and bunker down into that bush. Well, he gets found out, so his only chance went out the window. But luckily, he did buy enough time for Mr. Savage to get reloaded back into this game.
But hey, can't discount what Seti and Daya have been able to accomplish throughout the course of our lobbies today. 54 points going into this one. Alex brought to his end. Only temporarily though, but it looks like Gon and Flakes have had enough. They are sick of the off-spawn fight being so conveniently interrupted by Alex. They say, hey, if you're looking for a fight, we'll pick one with you instead.
That's a heavy hitter to get out of the game as well. Not fully out, but definitely making him reset his looting opportunity as Peterbot straying away from Slurpy Swamp for a short moment. Still on the hunt for Lachlan and Mr. Savage. Both of them are just in complete shambles here. Really not able to answer the call as Peterbot gets the wall, gets the piece once, and as he fires a 78 shot, it's just a little bit too quick to the punch as he takes down Lachlan. And it's just a huge giveaway because guess what? In about 12 seconds, Taco, he's going to reload right above Savage. And they're not only going to know where Lachlan's at, they're going to get a feel of where Savage is at as well.
But Peterbot's not trying to go too far from where Aussie is at. You have to remember, Booga, typical gamer, they are still kind of just conveniently sticking around the outskirts of Slurpee. But poor Lachlan, he just can't catch a break here as Pete takes him down one more time. 4 points already just off of these individual eliminations that Pete's been building up. Zemi and Cooper, Seti and Daya just watching this elimination feed be highlighted with Peterbot's name off cooldown. It's got to start playing mental games with you.
Already a 5-point lead over the competition of Cooper and Zemi. More so over Seti and Diaz. Kanata and Stable Ronaldo just below them, 4th place on the leaderboard. They're going to need a monster last game. I'm talking 20, maybe 25 elims and the win. What a way to start it off, though. Nice shots on the Cypher PK, and that's the first elimination in the books.
Look, Kanata, all he wanted was South Zones, and I get that that hasn't necessarily gone your favor, but Ron and Kanata are still here to play, Jacob. They are not giving up, and the expectations that they both set for themselves, and they're strong competitors, and they're strong-hearted competitors at that. I'm sure that we'll expect to see them pop off a little bit here with some eliminations.
Disaster continues for Lachlan as he goes down again. You see Mr. Savage just outside on that mini-map, just trying to get him back into the game as Nika Podesai making their rotation away from that booming base, that uncontested drop that they've had throughout the day. They're just waiting. 12 seconds have passed since Lachlan went down, so he gets reloaded back in the game, and that's a lot of information being given up, and instantly Podesai and Nika are going on the chase.
But this is exactly what the Gentlemates are going to be forced to do. They know that they're going to need more than just a strong placement to close things out. If they really want to play leapfrog with the leaderboard position, they're going to need a good chunk of eliminations to go with it.
Yeah, as of now, I do believe they're about 19 or so points down from Peterbot and Ozzy, and that's including some of the eliminations that we've had in this game so far. Seti and Daya, they started this one in 3rd place, 54 points, 3 points outside of that 1st place spot. They're just looking around, trying to get some eliminations, but you know how safe, how calculated and careful Seti does like to play, especially that he knows he has the firepower and the loadout that Daya has in their inventory with those 2 legendary slurp juices. So as long as they let those eliminations naturally come to them as they're rotating for that 50-50 is, I think they'll be okay.
And Seti and Daya, they also know exactly where a couple of these opposing duos are actually located. Poor Lachlan, though, he has just been getting beatboxed every single time he loads back in. The moment that he starts to drop, it just seems like there's going to be somebody looking to clean him up. And Savage, there's only so much he can do because as a solo, it's so difficult to actually try and prioritize getting the resources necessary to make your teammate be healthy enough to stabilize, but that's all they're looking for. It's just a little bit of stability, and that might be enough to make a difference for the leaderboard.
Yeah, especially since they both, at one point or another, were taken down during the course of this game, so loot has to be light as Kanata, Stable, Ronaldo rotating in continuously from the north, from bush to bush, box to box, as Seti, Okay, this is looking like a bad opportunity there for Cypher PK, fresh off the reload. He got just a little bit of loot, but it was instantly snatched away by Seti.
All Seti really wanted in the first place, with their full intention of hovering around that still town. They knew Cypher, somebody, it just keeps dropping in. Cold, picking some shots at his IGL, but Cold knows better than most. You take the advantages when you have them, but he doesn't necessarily need to try and force that engagement. It's a little bit of damage. The knock would have been nice, but if he doesn't get the clean headshot, he'd rather just move in towards the zone, prioritize positioning, and then you can just peek back and control the flow of the lobby.
Right now, Courage and Cold just trying to focus on their rotation. Starting this game about 7th place, 33 points. They're at least within grasp, especially if some of their competition above them on that leaderboard goes down early. Zemi and Cooper, they have placed top 7 in all 5 games, but they find themselves in 2nd place due to just the sheer regression of Peterbot and Ozzy able to pick up those elimination and close the gap for the bad games that they had at the start of the game.
And the scariest part too here for Zemi and Cooper is that every single time you can tell they're looking, they're hunting to see if they can find a knock, start building some elimination points of their own. But as long as there's mammoth pistols, as long as there's snipers, it's so dangerous to peek, because the moment that one of them gets taken out, they will just be so turbo focused, they won't have a chance to try and recover.
Ooh, I like this loadout coming out from Clix. He has that mythic minigun. In reload, when you're almost essentially box to box away from so many other teams, all it takes is someone like Clix and this loadout to start a lobby focus. And then bam, there goes one player, there goes 2, it's zone 5, so they will have a chance to get rebooted back into the game as Savage and Lachlan seemingly still on top of figuring out how to make it work. It's Venish and Redo though, they're on the outside that are just closing in on that distance, and now Clix is joining in on some of that fun.
There's just nowhere for Lachlan to land. The zone is already too tight, and everyone is just preventing this poor man from actually setting even 1 foot for longer than a second on the ground. And Lachlan, he might as well almost be forced to wait until the reboots turn off, because when that actually closes off, that will be the real green light for Savage. Okay, I'm fully a solo, but Savage is probably already playing like that.
Yeah, and he's just getting chased back there yet again. This time he was able to survive, touch the ground, but not for too long, as Benno and Reddish were able to clean that one up yet again. There's just a lot of pressure being put onto Mr. Savage into this last game, because even though reboots have not been disabled just yet, where is Lachlan going to land? He can go deep in his zone, but he's going to have to make his way out eventually.
But look how Peterbot and Aussie, they just kind of creeped up a little bit onto this hill face that's just a little bit below where Benno and Reddish are at. A lot of shots being fired, and Peterbot knows everybody's so distracted behind them, they can just look a completely different direction. And Zemi with no Cooper, this could be absolutely disastrous here, Jacob.
I think Zemi knows what he's doing, though. He knows exactly what he's doing. He stopped rotating, boxed up immediately, knowing that they have to reach zone. So why not use this time to let Cooper reload back into this game, get as much loot as possible, because you can't really go loot for it, and maybe drop what he has. But you're seeing how Cooper went down into the first place, the crash pads. A lot of these players have those audio visuals, but guess what? With the crash pads, you see nothing.
Nothing. Just menacing by Kanata. Pretty much Goomba stopping Cooper. And that's going to be a steep uphill battle for Zemi and Cooper to try and tackle. Clix and Lacey, that Mythic is just going to be very detrimental for so many teams caught behind them too, because players are going to try to seek out that elevation point that Clix and Lacey are on, and they just have the ultimate cutoff.
Queasy and Nick, they're the ones that are on the high ground for now. 6 zone relatively early, especially since we're going to rotate around the map here in a couple seconds. And man, that is a max pull for a good portion of the lobby, including 2nd place Zemi and Cooper.
Zemi has no builds.
Oh,
Jacob,
no.
Zemi has 0 material, and it's really only just begun. Clix and Lacey, sure, we might be looking at them currently, but for the top 3, Zemi, Cooper, they're already having to function with all odds against them in terms of challenging for that 1st place position on the leaderboard.
They're getting challenged not just on the top side, but for their second place spot as well. Seti and Daya have just tied them on 56 points. The only thing holding them above is that victory royale that they got in game number 1. And that's how close this leaderboard is. Those small differences, the tiebreaker scenarios could play a role. It's Queasy trying to lead the charge. He's going to go first, grab the high ground as Cooper grabs an important elimination onto Captain Shota.
That was huge for Cooper and Zemi. Anything to kind of stem the bleeding that this duo has been dealing with. They have just been getting completely forced out of so many of their resources. So even the smallest lifeline can have a huge impact, but they still have so much left to tackle here, Jacob.
He's still picking up some eliminations as well. Squeezy getting 4 for himself. Him and Nick once again having an amazing time on that high ground. And hopefully they can hold on to it, though. They do have the crash pads and a lot of players down below. We've seen the shockwave plays time and time again as Peterbot picks up his 5th elimination by itself. 6 as a team as him and Ozzy focus Kanata and Ronaldo towards the backside of the zone.
And Peterbot, the fact that he's rocking those double chug jugs, that is a sight to behold. Obviously, the other competitors aren't fully aware of that fact like we are, but Pete's already aggressive in his own right. Having the double chug jug already unlocked for him just means that he can choose to go for those solo pushes and just trust Aussie to play supportive measures or defensive measures. His objective right now is survive.
Just like Clicks, and he has to do it by himself as a solo. Not sure how Lacey went down, but he is out of this one. Joining everybody else watching this one, seeing how Clicks is going to get out of this tough situation. He does have the mythic minigun, but Toyota's there on the other side, pressuring him. You add in the shockwave, all those builds come crumbling down. It's a tough situation for anyone to be in, let alone a solo.
But Petey's just got so much material, he doesn't mind giving up a little bit. But Aussie, he's been picked off from behind him. Peterbot now trying to see if he can actually dart his way back, but he can't get to Aussie's body in time. He's been cleared out the high ground. The real reason why Aussie couldn't make that rotate next to Pete, Queasy, and Nick at 30. They're still in control of height 2, just launching themselves to the next front side of zone, and that's going to force Peterbot to drop yet another layer.
And you see they didn't even tarp on over, not trying to have too many weak points for them, only build out when they have to, as Jacob gets eliminated down below. Top 12 situation here, placement points don't come in until 2 more teams do go down, but they're still holding on to it with every fiber of their being. Nick at 30 and Queasy, this might be the time that they have high ground and close it out.
Clicks is just so trapped in the backside of zone, barely managing to make it in off a sliver of HP, but Nick, Peterbot now continuing to just try and see if he can create any form of space for himself. He spotted out Thomas, but not sure that he's completely sold on actually taking this fight up close just yet. Peterbot gets a tag, but it's not a big enough one. He's going to use that grappler instead to move on forward, but he's got to be real careful. There are so many players starting to build a congestion on his layer.
And if Peterbot were to fall here, he has a little bit of a cushion that Zemi, Cooper, Seti, Daya will have to overcome. And even one more point being cleaned up as he gets the elimination onto Clicks. That's 6 solo eliminations for Peterbot. Him and Ozzy have 7 overall, and they're trying to continue to increase that lead. And you're seeing our top 3. Seti is now by himself. He's feeling that same pressure that Peterbot is.
But wait a second, Zemi, Cooper, they might have just been reintroduced to this winning conversation. Seti getting sent so far outside into the storm. He's going to have to use his chug jug way too early. Valuable seconds being ticked off here now. Trying to crank back up, trying to shockwave back into the zone. He does manage to make it, but only 20 left on that chug jug. Cooper loses Zemi though. Cooper's got to do this all by himself.
Luckily for Cooper, though, he does have med kits, the legendary slurp juice, different options here. Everybody in our top 3 are now officially solo players trying to hunt here, basically trying to outmatch each other. Now placement points are starting to come in. Top 9, top 8 as another one's going to fall. That's Somerset that gets taken down. Kanata is now out of this game. The players are now getting closer and closer here towards the end game where our final 3 could face off.
But that elimination that Cooper just got onto Queasy, that might just be enough time. Cooper doing what he can to try and see if there's any spare heals that he might be able to find back his own. But Peterbot takes out Seti and Daya. They're no longer in the conversation for first. Peterbot trying to hold strong to their position, but there's still other players to deal with. Cooper also doing the same on the low ground, and Peterbot's out of here. Cooper has the opportunity of a lifetime here to bring this one home.
He needs placement. He needs elimination. eliminations. It's his chance to put up some big numbers here in the final game of the day. But he finds himself in a 1v1, v2 situation here for our final 3 players left in the game. And the duo, EU's finest, Podesai and Nikov, going against Gone. That's the solo player who shockwaves towards the top, tries to fire a shot as he drops down low. Cooper's just letting them handle things. He said free placement, I don't mind.
Cooper, he might be looking to even try and send somebody back into the storm. He's got 5 shockwaves. He can buy himself a little bit of time. He's going to go straight up. He's going to throw that shockwave out, but it's not going to connect. Podesai going to get chopped out because of Cooper sending himself off with the shockwave, but Cooper, he's just stuck between all of France here. Podesai and Nikov, they will find the Gentlemate's victory in Game 6 here, but the damage has been done. Cooper falling when he did. Your FNCS 2025 Pro-Am champions are decided. Peterbot and Oxyantics.
Oh my god.
Full day of competition, Taco. 6 games. You got Peterbot, reigning defending global champion. You got Ozzy, one of the biggest faces of competitive Fortnite. They went ahead and dominated with multiple eliminations. They got a victory royale. That's why your FNCS Pro-Am champions, Ozzy and Peterbot!
You may have had your doubts about this duo because it took them until later in the competition to really take it by force. But once you had that victory royale under your belt, Peterbot, it was inevitable that you will be stood with me and this trophy. What does it mean to take victory at the Pro-Am?
It means everything because now I'm back-to-back LAN winner, so.
You are, and potentially you could be back-to-back later on, but that is something we need to discuss another time. Because right now, Oxyantics, you must be so proud of yourself and Peter.
I'm pretty proud. I mean, he's the GOAT. Everyone knows this is his win, but I did my best to try to make sure I didn't hold him down, and I didn't stop the run.
And what's interesting is normally you are watch partying this man do his thing, and now the world is watching you win. What's that like?
I mean, to be fair, in the last 2 games, you were watching me watch him again, so it felt kind of normal. He was solo clutching like crazy, but it feels amazing, genuinely. This is super fun. This was such a good event.
And what is going through your mind when that need to win really takes hold?
I don't even know. It just means everything.
Does it come naturally? Do you enter a flow state?
Yeah, I mean, like, after the win, I knew we were going to win the tournament because, like, the momentum from that game.
And you've got so much insight now for when you're watch partying at NA Major 3, Oxyantics, because you know what it's like to be on comms with this man. So can you give us some insight now?
I mean, he did slow it down a bit for me, especially in that last game. He kept me with him, which I'm pretty proud of the fact that he cared enough to slow it down, but it's unreal. Trying to follow him is insane, but I'm just playing and it's just Elim, Elim, Elim. He's something else.
Any words to your fans before I let you lift this trophy one more time?
I appreciate all you guys, and I'm glad to bring it home again.
Well, you know what? Fortnite is all about moments, as a very wise man once said. So let's make another one right now. Guys, if you'd like to take your position behind the trophy. And please, Gannon Center, one more time, make some noise for your 2025 FNCS Pro Champion!
I cannot believe it, guys. Guys, throw these headsets on. Come here, Ozzy. Come here, Ozzy. Wow. To think, Ozzy, we've been friends for a really long time. Man, a really long time. To think it all began on an FNCS broadcast.
Yep.
And now we've taken it to a win in an FNCS Pro-Am.
I mean,
how does it feel?
I mean, it's the same corny thing always. It feels amazing. I don't really know what to say. I wasn't honestly expecting this. I know it sounds crazy, like I'm playing with Peterbot, like he's the favorite to win, but I thought like there's some really, really good duos here, but I mean, he's just too good. But it's been so much fun. The event's been amazing. The vibe's been amazing. I'm so happy. I'm 1-for-1 win now. One tournament, one win. Now I got to stop. I know everyone's going to ask you to keep playing. Nah, done. 100% win rate. That's it. I'm going to hold on to that.
That's awesome, Pete. I mean, I feel like we're good friends now. I see you like this pretty often.
Yep.
You know, another accolade, another notch on the belt. Does it feel any different? Does this feel special at all? Or are you just like, well, another day at the office?
It's just another day, to be honest. But it does feel good to play in front of a crowd because you don't get to do that often, and to win, you know, it just feels good.
Guys, before we get to Vivid and his questions, we also have medals as well. So you guys can get trophies, medals.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, this is my. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. Nice. Yeah. I get this.
You.
I mean, and that trophy, it is heavy. Like heavy. I don't know. I haven't looked at a trophy before, so I didn't really know what to expect. Was not expecting that.
All right, Pete, listen, you know, I listened to Aussie's answer there. He's like, yeah, I'm playing with the GOAT. I'm playing with the GOAT. He's just so good. Elim. Give us a little insight how it was to play with Aussie.
It was actually pretty good. You know, he's really good at staying alive while I'm just trying to rack up some eliminations, and that's basically just what we did the entire time.
I mean, Peter, we've seen your streak in competitive, but you also have a streak as a sub for Aussie Antics.
Oh, yeah.
Keep subbing to him.
He's a fan. I mean,
this is kind of expected.
I'm just W supporter.
Yeah, W supporter, honestly. Yeah, he's been a supporter since day one. I really appreciate it. It's been good.
I have a question. If you guys could just take a small step back. If you just want to hold this up to the camera.
Yo,
wait. Hold this up.
Look at that! Let's go, baby. It was first official LAN win game and then the tournament. So, I mean, Peter, thank you so much, bro. You put OC on the map, man. Well done, bro.
Got you, bro.
You got this.
How does it feel? Aussie, it was you. Shout out to Lachlan for, of course, that map.
Yep.
You guys got OC a victory on LAN and a title. How does it feel? It's you, dude.
I know. I don't think it'll set it until later as well. I do want to take the moment as well. It's also Mother's Day back home for me, so I missed my mom and my beautiful wife and her second Mother's Day, so shout out to them for being so supportive as well. But yeah, it feels amazing. It's been a surreal week meeting so many of my heroes and friends that I've met before. It's amazing. We have to do another one of these. That's all I'm saying.
I love that. Pete, how's it been for you? Obviously, like, you know, you're pretty used to like the pro side of things, coming in, meeting these content creators. You're also like, dude, respect, they're dapping you up. How's it been for you?
I mean, it's just good to see everyone, especially just playing on stage, you know. I don't know. Especially like when you like eliminate them, it's like you really don't get to do that often, you know. It feels good.
I do want to say as well, the crowd, my first time playing in front of a crowd, this crowd was electric. Thank you so much, guys. The energy every time. I knew every time you got an Elam off spawn if they were watching or not, because you could just hear the crowd yelling. It was amazing.
Guys, congratulations again. Don't forget your medals. You guys get out of here. Go celebrate one more time, audience. Your 2025 FNCS Pro Am champions, Aussie Antics and Peterbot! My goodness gracious. I'm telling you guys, me and Peterbot, we're really tight. We're good friends. We hang out often on this stage. Yeah, that is crazy though. So, you know, going into this, I think the first 3 games were a little bit of like a question mark, maybe like a little head scratcher, you could say. It's like, I kind of just expected Pete to come in and be like, yeah, 20 elimination bombs, and that didn't really happen for the first 3 games. But then the second half, he came alive.
But I'm really happy that Pete gave one of the answers, right? And he was like, oh, listen, after we got that game win, I knew I was winning the tournament. And that's kind of what I was alluding at before. I was like, listen, we haven't really seen a Peterbot-esque game. And as soon as that one happened, as soon as they won that game, even he himself being confident, I was like, yeah, they're back towards the top of the leaderboard. The momentum's there. They went ahead and carried it all the way through Game 6. Champions, Aussie Antics, and Peterbot.
Now, Aussie understands the story that goes behind esports, and maybe beforehand he was like, hey, listen, Peterbot, we got to make it look good, okay? We got to make it look close. So these first 3 games, let me take it a little bit easy, okay? No, honestly, I think that they were probably in that halftime show really talking about their strategy, because you could see a switch go on in Game 4 through 6, and that is what makes or breaks these pro players, being able to see what they're kind of falling short on and changing that on the fly.
So much respect to these players, to these content creators who are basically now pros. You have been dubbed pros, every single one of you. Let's take a look at these standings before we get ready to say goodbye, because I was curious to see where Seti, Daya ended up, Cooper and Zemi.
Wow.
These guys were fighting to the very, very end, but the gentle mates, Podesai and Nikov, sneak on through, and take a look, guys. It's actually a tie on points.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Seti and Daya, they were hanging on to that top 3. It looked like they had a comfortable cushion actually going into game number 6 there, but slipping down to 4th place. Luna's out on that tiebreaker. Stable Ronaldo's return to competitive FNCS format. Kanata alongside him. They pick up a top 5 placement.
I mean, you heard Takata talk about them at the start of the show. Gone and Flakes really showed up today, getting 6th place. Of course, Somerset and Thomas HD as well, being into our top 10. Honestly, everyone really impressed us, even the people that got last place. This has been such an incredible event. It's no longer just about who's the best, but also what can we provide for the community. And I think all 20 duos here provided so much entertainment and so much incredible Fortnite action.
You know, sometimes it's about entertainment, sometimes it's about Faxity being a sub, sometimes it's about opening a chest, 0.1% chance. Sometimes you just gotta be Peterbot and you can still provide entertainment. Friends, we are basically done with the FNCS Pro-Am. Why don't we bring up our friends up here? We got Tokata, we got Frankie, we got the best taco. Where's Jacob PR? They're gonna make their way up here as we prepare to say goodbye. Man, the Pro-Am delivered, but there's still a competition to be had. This is but a taste of what the Global Championship will be like. We still have Major 3 on the horizon and more spots to claim on that battle bus going to Global. So that will be the next time we'll see you, Major number 3. Until then, as always, we love you. Keep yourself safe. We'll see you on that battle bus.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Go. Because I had to show that up, bro.
From the light in the trophy room, thinking about the wins and the struggles too. Will it ever be enough for me? Don't you know it's when I'm impending? Take you down just like a sonic boom. Wanna live
wow, man. Alright, so okay, so here's everything happening for it. That's number 1. Alright, chat. If there's someone watching, I'm just gonna end stream. It's basically over this way, babe. We're living the 15th. Okay. Yep. Bye, everyone.